Well, we're all set now for the big one. This is really the big one of the greatest grand finals anticipated in the history of Victorian League football. Carlton versus Collingwood. John Nichols, the big Carlton skipper, won the toss and will kick towards the punt road end. The breeze, if anything, favouring slightly that end. Umpire Don Jolly in charge of the game. And an enormous crowd here. Possibly an all-time record, something in the order of 120,000.
Nichols thumps it out to Jackson's. Graham Jenkins goes back, but it's Nichols to take. No, it is Jenkins to take the free kick. Jackson throws it across towards Nichols. It's Johnny Greening who tosses it back.
This atmosphere, Doug, is electric.
It's fascinating, Ken. There's nothing like the grand final in Victorian football. Now Jenkins, the big fellow, kicks a long one down towards centre half forward. Coming out to meet it is Thompson. Thompson punched away by Mackay. Underneath it, Hall. Hall gets out. Thompson's the man with the ball. Thompson tries the short one. Mulcair smothers it. Thompson's got it again. His kick is an ugly one out wide. It goes to Wayne Richardson. Wayne Richardson will have the first shot for goal with his left foot. It won't make the distance. Down towards the point post it goes. I was Twiggy Dunn. Marked it on the line. It's through for one behind.
First score to the Magpies within about a minute of the commencement of play. This is a tremendous crowd, magnificent atmosphere, and everybody's just that little bit edgy. I bet those players are too, as Hall is about to put it into play. He's going to favour the outer side of the ground.
Here's their new fullback. It's a good kick too, spinning perfectly into the sunlight over there onto the flank. Gill missed it, went right past him pretty smartly. Here comes the captain trying to pick it up, but Gill hampers him. It's across to Tuddy. He gets bundled out of the way. Big John throwing his weight about. Greening's in the middle of the pack. Gill surrenders the ball to team player, old Father Thames in Silvani, who gets the first Carlton free, and it's onto the wing towards Crane. He should mark, dropped it down in front. His man's not there. Gallagher saw it, whipped by him, picked up by Wayne Richardson. Good kick into the full forward area. Where's Mock-Top? Oh, nearly a mark close to the ground. Picked up by Max Richardson, through for a goal. And that's the first.
Free kick to Carlton, I think, if my judgment is right. I think it's going to Kevin Hall. We'll wait and see. It is, and Kevin Hall is to take the free kick for the Blues.
And he kicks it deep out to the outer side of the ground once again behind his Tuddenham gun with Waters. Waters takes it nicely. Waters, the captain, boots it down towards the pocket to McKenna. Hall duel this one. Well done, Kevin Hall. He recovers nicely. Vincent Waite should be yours. He backs out of trouble, gets it up. He's held it too long, gets his kick and boots it downfield, and the mark is taken tumbling in front of Silvani by Richardson. This is Wayne Richardson, the vice-captain of Collingwood.
The day made to order for this grand final. It's a beautiful, warm, sunny day, clear blue skies, and it couldn't be a better scene. The ground itself in magnificent order.
Richardson a good 60, 65 yards out from goal. Serge Silvani standing in front of McKenna by design. A long one to Richardson, won't quite make the distance. Dunn's in front, almost took a good one, well played by Gallagher. Whipped it away from him, out wide it goes. Barry Gill's underneath this one, goes up and takes a good one. Gill on half-back flank, once again well up the ground, which is the Collingwood play. Gill sends a drop kick out wide, looking for Croswell. Waters is the man who leaps up above the pack. The free kick is going to O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan pushed out by Brent Croswell that time. This is Dennis O'Callaghan. There's a
ball's very close to the goals at the scoreboard end. Snapshot by Britt, hits the post. That's the second point to them on the board, and a bad break against them there, with Britt having a snapshot and finding the wood instead of the open 7-yard splits. Collingwood 2 points, Carlton yet to score. We played 3 minutes into the first term.
That full 3 minutes, I would say that Collingwood have been in attack. Little doubt about that. The Carlton defence certainly under pressure. Hall so far doing the job. Barry Gill as well, backing him up very, very well indeed. But certainly Collingwood putting all the pressure on in this opening few minutes.
Well, the big question is, will Collingwood win their first premiership since 1958, or will Carlton win their second since 1968, as Thompson takes the ball out of line there, just on the half-forward flank. Collingwood in the attack. In fact, they've been in the attack all the time. We've had about 3.5 minutes of play. There's Thompson coming to the ruck. Oh, an infringement there against Mackay, and the free kick will go to Thompson. Slips over as he went forward, dummies nicely, gets the kick in towards McKenna, but it's chipping in Gallagher to take the mark. Well done, Gallagher. McKenna was leading into the open spaces, but it was beautifully anticipated by Adrian Gallagher, who sends the ball close to the boundary line. It's very close indeed. It may have been marked out on the full. It was, and the free kick will go to Collingwood. It'll be taken here by Ted Potter, who is well up from centre half back. Collingwood attacking strongly.
And Potter boots it down looking for Thompson. Big leap by Mackay as well. Behind is Max Richardson. Across it goes to Tuddenham. He's beaten them all. Well done, Tuddenham. Boots for goal. This is the first major.
Oh, with courage. A lot of courage.
A lot of courage indeed. How beautiful to see Tuddenham score the first goal. Remembering last time these two sides met, Tuddenham couldn't get his goal kicking working at all. But today, first up, one excellent goal.
Back in the centre with umpire Jolly. From the bounce in comes Jenkins and Nichols. Jenkins gets it down to Price. Price smothered by Silvani. Silvani on the ground out towards Jackson. Picked up nicely there by Adamson. Adamson's left footers towards centre half forward. Johnny Gould battles with his opponent. It comes away from Britt. Picked up nicely by Thompson, a dominant player on this stage. He gets it once again. Tries a hand pass. Goes to Mackay. Mackay dodges, caught, but gets his kick and boots it down towards centre half forward for Carlton. Behind is Adamson, taken away by Waters. Waters then boots it back to centre half forward. Underneath at Mulcair and Thompson, and a magnificent leap from behind taken there by Richardson Max. Oh, that was a beauty. McKenna gives the lead. Max Richardson ignores it. Dunn's underneath it. Goes up with Waite. Waite punches it away. Dunn follows on. Silvani robs it. He kicks it out past Greening. Greening and Craner's even Stephen as Greening leads in the race. Barry Price is the man with it. He tries the short pass down to the pocket to Tuddenham, and it just beats Tuddenham over the line out of bounds.
6 minutes into the first quarter with Collingwood 1 to 8 points and Carlton yet to score.
The record crowd stands at 119,000. There is a record crowd here today, however, 120,000. Up they fly, and Thompson from behind into the pocket. It's Tuddenham again. Gets bundled out of the way, but keeps his balance and wins the kick. Good play by Tuddy. He's scored the first goal already. To centre half forward. Up goes Mop Top and drops it. On the second bounce, it's picked up behind by Carlton. They can't break through the pack. It's like a rugby scrum. It's gone out to Kevin Hall. A long way from goal. A penalty's given against Carlton, and it goes to, again, Wayne Richardson, who had a poor start when these sides last played. That was a couple of weeks ago, but has been brilliant in the first 5 minutes this time. This is his fourth kick, and he's certainly within kicking distance. A small man in terms of measurement against a Thompson, but he's got a giant kick, and here's his drop punt kick on the way to the scoreboard goal. It's a bit off target, and it's one flag only, so that's their third. It's 1-3 with Carlton a clean sheet.
It's two behinds now to Wayne Richardson, certainly well amongst the top kick getters so far, playing very, very well, but just perhaps a little nervous in front of goal. Both those shots may well have been goals.
Kevin Hall, and Peter Jones is on the ball for the first time, and Hall decides to aim it in his direction. It's not well aimed. Mackay's underneath it. Robertson's there to assist them. Nicely done, Wayne Richardson, for his fifth kick. He tries the short one. Barry Gill misses what he should have taken. In comes Tuddenham. Down go now is Waite. Waite cleverly to Croswell on the ball for the first time. He boots it out wide where Silvani is outpaced by O'Callaghan, but Crane is there with them, and O'Callaghan battles with Crane. O'Callaghan will win it. Surge comes in to tackle him. O'Callaghan beats him. Boots it down to the half-forward flank. Over Gould's head it goes. Croswell comes bouncing across on half-back flank. Dodges cleverly, beautifully balks past his opponent with classical football, sends a long one down. Waters underneath it, got plenty of opposition. Jenkins the leaper, and the umpire's whistle is blown. The free kick goes to Collingwood.
Potter it is, I think.
Yes, it's Teddy Potter. Ted Potter at centre half back. His long high one down in the Thompson direction. Peter Jones will be the contestant. Neither can take it. Croswell nicely done. A left footer past Price it goes. In comes Dean. Misses it. Jenkin nicely met but takes it beautifully from Pennell. Boots a long one down. Collingwood still in attack. Peter McKenna on a big cack. Hall is with him too. McKenna claims it. The umpire says play on.
I think he'll bounce it.
Should be a bounce.
No, he's going to pay it. Well, that's a bit of a turn up.
Yes, I would say that came off players' hands before McKenna got control of it. However, Jolly's closer than we are.
I don't think he'll miss it. What is he, 40 yards out, almost straight in front?
Yes, he doesn't miss many, does McKenna. 40 to 45 yards, kicking to the scoreboard goal and kicks up bad. And that would be one of the worst McKenna kicks for the season, one behind him.
Yes, indeed. He hasn't had too many chances so far. Kevin Hall sticking very, very close indeed to him, but he won't be able to afford to miss shots like that.
Well, it's true to say that Carlton have been little beyond the centre line so far. It's been Collingwood in the attack all the time, and this first quarter in progress, 9 minutes.
Hall kicking the ball out. Out here to the members' wing, and a huge pack ready to fly for it. Several conspicuous, but none able to take it. It's Price getting grabbed high. The umpire calls a play on. It's his first grand final. Coming out here to the wing, it's Pennell coming in. A lucky inclusion in the side. Overruns the ball. It's gone to Collingwood now. It goes off Dean. Over towards Jenkins. Grabbed high. It should have been his kick. He was grabbed all around the neck, but it goes instead to the man who tackled him high in Jones. Jones decides for a hand pass. It goes straight there to number 34, Robertson. Look at that drop kick onto the half-forward line towards Jackson. He tried to unseat Terry Waters, who was put in a bear lock by Walls. It's to no avail, and the Collingwood fellas have it. The black and whites are playing excellent football and have been in attack all the time. Here's their kick now, just across the centre. Robertson should take the mark, got in front off his hands to Croswell. Croswell is the best Carlton player so far, but they haven't had many. Oh, that was Thompson trying to run through Jackson. It was a charge and a free kick to Jackson.
Hear the roar. People expecting a tremendous clash, of course, between Jackson and Adams.
Jackson, 25 kicks and 6 goals for. Last time on this ground last week, a beautiful drop kick, and look at Jezza go up. The magician nearly brought it down again. It's out in front and it's taken away by the backmen for the Collingwood team. They're playing well when they're called on. It was Waters kicking to Greening, who'll play on now unguarded. Robertson tries to chop him off but can't, and here is Greening booting the ball again deep into attack for the Woodsman to the scoreboard goal. Off hands and coming out into the pocket, it's Carlton in front through Hall. Hall racing for the line.
Should be a free.
Yep, a free. Tottenham having a few anxious actions behind the play against Gill, and Hall is to take the kick. With the scoreboard, Collingwood 1 goal for, Carlton yet to score, and 10 minutes gone in the first quarter.
Here's the kick by Hall towards the centre of the ground. There's a chance for Wayne Richardson, but it's done backing up nicely. Got the ball, he's going to shoot it right up in front of goal. There's McKenna setting himself for it. Hall getting in front, knocks the ball away. In comes Tottenham. He's playing the ruck rover game extremely well, but it'll be a throw-in, or could be a free to come. It is to Cole Britt. Britt to take it. What he's doing there, I wouldn't know. He's come right across from the other half-forward flank, and Britt is, as you see, right on the boundary line with an extremely difficult shot for goal. They've been kicked from there before, but it's not easy. He's just got daylight. This is not bad. It's swinging right across, out on the full, on the opposite side of the goals, and the free kick will go to Thornley of Carlton.
Thornley in back pocket, then out in the direction of Crane and Greening. They jostle for position. Crane front position, almost took it. Nicely picked up by Wayne Richardson's kick number 6. Thompson's underneath it and takes the mark and is within kicking range.
Very clever play by Richardson. Certainly he's roving a lot better this week. Very quiet in the early stages the last time these two sides met, but today in everything, and he picked Thompson out there with a beauty.
Thompson is about 45 to 50 yards out from goal. Comes in with his drop punt and kicks it badly as McKenna did. A tremendous leap from behind by Jenkins, and the umpires paid it. Oh, he just held it long enough, Tony.
Yes, he was the only player, though, I thought, that got his hands up, Doug.
It's a point of interest. That last kick by Thompson was number 5 for the match, so he's been very conspicuous early.
Jenkins on a very difficult angle. Close in, shoots for goal, but off direction and 1 behind. That's 5 kicks to Thompson and 5 to Wayne Richardson.
And 5 behinds to Collingwood. 1-5 now, 11 points. Carlton yet to score. 12.5 minutes into the first quarter.
I don't doubt Barassi is starting to get edgy, but the runner's been out a couple of times, and let's face it, they've only been across that centre line about once, so it's not good enough in the early stages.
Well, the Carlton backline knows that the game's well and truly on. They've been kept busy all the time. And here's Hall's kick straight out to centre half back. Up go. Oh, good mark to Croswell, and he plays on with a hand pass to Robertson, being chased by Max Richardson, but he is too late. The kick is over the centre of the ground, so Carlton are into attack. They've only been across the centre line 3 times now. It's been all Collingwood. O'Callaghan turns them back to Price. Price takes the mark and gives it to Tottenham, who's playing a commanding game. Tottenham's kick is into the full forward pocket, and there he is. He'll be paid the mark. 137 goals up to McKenna, and 1 point in this game. McKenna's second deliberate shot for goal coming up on a 45-degree angle and 45 yards out. Collingwood so far a 1-5 and Carlton yet to score.
They look good, the Magpies, as they go forward. They're playing with plenty of system and understanding up forward.
Tottenham, the only goal kicker so far. Will McKenna add his name to the goal-kicking list? A beautiful drop punt kick, the McKenna kick.
Yes, that's more like it. Goal number 1 to McKenna, number 2 to Collingwood, and oh dear, Carlton certainly have got some worries even at this early stage, and one very noticeable point is that the 3 times they've ventured into attack, they've gone across to play Silvani's flank, which is quite stupid. He's being outpaced out there, and they should be playing through Jackson.
2-5. Collingwood, Carlton yet to score. Back in the centre now. There's a chance here for Collingwood again. As O'Callaghan comes in, sends the ball forward. There's Dunn with it. In turn, sends it to centre half forward. Thompson sets himself forward. Should have held it, didn't. It's not clear to Gallagher. And here's a show for Carlton to go forward. The ball comes to Serge Silvani. Couldn't mark it. Jackson's in there to help him. Sends a hand pass forward. Jones cleverly knocks it further afield, but O'Callaghan's in the way again. Sends the ball back where it's marked in turn here by Carlton. Robertson with the ball, the centre man for Carlton. He's normally a beautiful kick. This is no exception. It's a screamer. Sending the ball forward. Jezelenko comes out to meet it. He's bumped away from the ball. Potter's got it. Sends a hand pass forward. There's a chance here for Max Richardson. He's tackled, breaks the tackle nicely, and defensively slams the ball right across and out of play on the full. And that wasn't good play by the Collingwood man.
Oh, yeah. Whole area to kick the ball in. Why he went straight across there, I'll never know.
And it's Sydney Jackson who's to take the free from this. He's on the boundary line, as you can see, and he's about 40 to 45 yards out. What is commonly called the impossible shot, but Jackson, probably the most delightful kick in the Carlton side, is lining up with tremendous deliberation. Jackson kicks a drop punt down to the 10-yard square. Big Nick is up above the pack but couldn't hold it long enough. Max Richardson comes in again. The ball's right on the boundary line. Over the line it goes out of bounds.
It's 2 magnificent leaps by Nichols. The earlier one, I thought he was a bit unlucky.
Nichols comes in and his opponent is Dunn. Dunn thumps it out wide to Tuddenham on the ball. Greening the Winkster comes in on the boundary line, and it's over the line out of bounds once again.
15 minutes into the first quarter. Collingwood 2-5, Carlton yet to score.
Nichols again, beats Dunn this time, picked up by Gallagher. Gallagher forced to a right footer, back to the 10-yard square. Eakins underneath it, brilliantly sport by Jezelenko. Clifton's got the chance. Over the top of him goes Jezelenko. Eakins in the 10-yard square to Tully. Tully breaks away and goes for the run. Out wide to the outer side of the ground, he boots a punt kick out there, and in from behind it's Croswell. Croswell could be paid it. Not a play, picked up by O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan out, and Johnny Gill can't reach it before it beats him over the line out of bounds at centre wing position.
That was bad play, you know,
Too many
by
Carlton
Carlton.
players.
They're all there.
Yeah.
They had every chance to mark up, but they spoilt one.
Yeah, it's bad teamwork, Ken.
Waiting now as the rucks come in, and Len Thompson comes to do battle with Peter Jones. Down it comes. The chance is there for Britt. Britt is forced into a hurried hand pass. A great punch by Puddenham. Johnny Gill goes past it. Gill comes in. Bad play. Carlton once again. Diving over it over Wayne Richardson's head it goes. And the umpire's found the free kick, and it's Collingwood again. Wayne Richardson. Richardson, been the dominant player up to date. McKenna gives the lead. Richardson will ignore it. He kicks a skimmer downfield pass looking for Jenkin, and Jenkin takes it easily.
Bit loose, the Carlton defence. They're giving the Collingwood forwards too much latitude. They're not sufficiently close checking. And Jenkin within kicking range. Can he post Collingwood's third goal? Carlton yet to score.
Graham Jenkin, look at the deliberation, holding the ball out wide in front of him, comes in, shoots for goal, and it's off direction and through for one behind again, and Collingwood's kicking has been deplorable.
2-6 on the board now, 18 points to Carlton yet to score at the 18-minute mark of the first quarter.
Well, last time these sides met, Collingwood were certainly off target as well, had 10 more shots than Carlton, and still won convincingly, and the way it's going now, it looks as though it could be a repeat.
Hall is the fullback. Played there for the first time for Carlton last week. Out here, it's Mackay in front. He takes the mark and he looks back hesitatingly as if it might not have been awarded. But Jolly, who is the umpire, gives him the nod, and Boots sees the ball booted into the centre, whereas Wall's trying hard for the mark, and he'll be paid it too. At the second bite, he decides to bound away with it. There's his kick high and penetrating onto the half-forward line. Out they come and they can't take the mark. It's up to Jackson now, or will Dean get there first? Thornley into Dean. Good play over to Tully with a hand pass, and Tully's kick is high, coming close to the line, and it might give a penalty away. Bounce just inside, and it's a throw-in only instead of the kick.
Oh, that was a photo finish.
Inches
right
out.
on the line.
18 minutes gone in the first quarter, and Collingwood have 3 goals on the board, 2 goals 6, the equivalent of 3 goals, and Carlton no score. Down from Jones, taken by Wayne Richardson, put in a bear hug. Was he trapped with the ball? Play on. Adamson, a hand pass to Price. Over here towards Dean. They play on still. From the centre wing, it's Dean kicking the ball high, and again it's a close decision. It's out on the full this time, and Mulcair will take the kick. Collingwood has put Carlton under 3 times so far this year, including that memorable second semi-final a couple of weeks ago. Will it be 4 in a row? Here, up onto the centre wing they fly, and it's Jones unable to mark. It's Gallagher down in front, playing like hand in glove with him. He tried to kick the ball through Dean's legs. It's over to Pennell, who gives it to Gallagher. Past Potter it goes, and onto the forward line where the mark has been taken by Walls. And here's the first constructive piece of forward play. Let loose now as the hand pass goes over to Crane. Crane's kick is thwarted. Carlton playing well below form at the moment. They're being dominated. The ball is kicked only 20 yards. Everything's in haste and nothing is fluent. It's Max Richardson turning the ball back into the centre of the ground where the mark is taken by Croswell, who is one of the few who played well last week to be showing out early this week. Thompson grabbed him and impeded him. Wouldn't let him get back to take his kick, so Thompson pays a 15-yard penalty, which goes to the credit of Carlton as Croswell swings them in with a 60-yarder up into the full forward area. Kicked too soon before time off had been signalled, and the ball will have to come back. Well, a comedy of errors so far. Collingwood 2 goals, 6. Carlton no score. 20 minutes gone, first quarter, as Croswell has a second try. An equally good kick. Up here into the full forward area, and look at that sailing mark taken by Jerker. Jerked his 6 feet 6 and 15 stone, right up into the air to take a beautiful mark. That's his third mark. It was a classic. From the centre half back position, he kicks almost into the centre of the ground. They can't get airborne sufficiently to take it. It's Tuddenham again, active. Kicks to the half forward line, coming down to meet it as weight, out of form, but gives a good hand pass to Fennell. Took his eyes up the ball, pays the penalty, scrambles all over Dean, and Dean will get the free kick.
Making a lot of mistakes early in this game. Here's the chance for Dean. He decides on a hand pass to Dunn. Dunn's looking for McKenna. He's going to drive it right up in front of goal. There's McKenna waiting for it. Hall goes with him, also Waters. Between them, it comes off their hands. The boundary umpire to do the job, about 15 yards around from the right-hand behind post, with Collingwood in the attack. Carlton yet to score, Collingwood 2-6. There's Thompson going high to knock the ball towards Waters. Waters is going to be in trouble, tries to trap the ball. They're coming in thick and heavy there, and umpire Jolly says my ball, and he'll bounce it. It's about 40 yards out from the Collingwood goal.
Thompson it is, across to Max Richardson. Max Richardson, a left footer, down towards the pocket. McKenna and Hall wait and jostle McKenna easily. Dropped at the last moment. Plays on with the hand pass to Britt. Britt from 25 yards out, shoots for goal and rams it through.
Well played, Collingwood. They look better in attack.
Oh, they look much too good at the moment. The Carlton defence rattled, and in fact most players fumbling the ball, which is quite surprising considering that Carlton did have the opportunity of playing last week. One would have imagined that Collingwood would have started slowly. There's the scoreboard, and it's all Collingwood. 3-6, 24. Carlton still maidens, yet to score in this very, very important and great match.
There's big John Nichols in the ruck for Carlton. No doubt will try to lift them.
Yes, Nichols been brought back on the ball after resting in the forward pocket. Jenkins beats immediately out to Potter. Potter's under pressure, held it a long time. Johnny Greening thumps it out wide to centre wing position. Dean's got the chance to come through. Waters takes it away from him. Back it goes to Greening. Greening's does it beautifully. Down to Britt it goes. Britt dives on it. Looks to hand pass. Changes his mind. Is smothered. Barry Gill's got the chance. At the half back line, he boots Carlton into the attack in the centre wing position. Robert Wall's been one of the few goers. Should take a free kick. The umpire says no and plays it against him.
Oh, I thought he was ridden into the ground.
Oh, yes, he had no chance of getting rid of it. Goodness me.
It's Lee Adamson who takes the free, but that looked a bad one from this distance away as Adamson in the centre of the ground. Punt kicks it down. Thompson, Mackay behind him. He spoils him. Richardson comes in. Mackay can't. Robertson's the man who's sprawling and climbing after the ball on the ground, and it'll be bounced by umpire Jolly.
Free kick so far, 10 to Collingwood, 5 to Carlton.
Well done, Thompson, once again. Thornley breaks away from the pack, gets his left foot to it. Teddy Potter's underneath this one, almost took a good one. Sydney Jackson, the danger man. He's hit around the shoulder. John Nichols goes through. Well done, Nichols. Plays on. His short pass is not a good one. Croswell comes in to do battle with O'Callaghan. In comes Clifton. Down Jesselenko. Nice play, Jesselenko tackles O'Callaghan, and down they're going. Sprawling after it. Croswell's the man with it. Shoots for goal and puts it behind.
First quarter, Carlton, after 23 minutes of play in the first quarter. And look at that capacity crowd. A record crowd, I should say, certainly more than the existing record of 119,000. There's the board. Collingwood 3-6. 23 points in front of Carlton at about the 23.5-minute mark. There's the ball coming out to Eakins. Takes it one-handed. Collingwood looking good. He sends the ball forward. It's not well directed, and Crane marks for Carlton. Crane with the ball for the Blues, half forward right. He'll look for Jones. I think he does. Here's the big fellow setting himself for it. He goes high. Couldn't hold it, though. Pack developing. They're smothering Collingwood in defence. Clifton's got it. He's been backed up nicely by Tully, and Tully gets away with the ball. Shoots it forward. There's Crane coming to meet it. Oh, he gets a bad bounce, but luckily it goes out to Greening. Greening's going to centre it here to Britt. Britt flies. Couldn't hold the mark, and coming through nicely is Mackay of Carlton. Good attacking football from defence. Sends the ball to Jesselenko, but the mark is taken by Eakins. Will it be allowed? We'll wait and see. No, it's rushed through for a behind to the Blues. Their second score. 2 behinds now to Collingwood, 3-6.
Well, Carlton still to do a lot more, not much semblance of any order in attack, and certainly the defence has been under a lot of pressure. Collingwood scouting more cleverly and do look a much more accomplished side at this stage.
Clifton, the Collingwood fullback, hasn't had anywhere near as much work to do as Hall, his opposite number. The ball comes to the half-back line, nobody able to mark it. Serge Silvani putting Carlton back in business. Where's Jezza? We're waiting for him. There he is. And Mandrake turns a somersault in taking the mark.
A beauty.
Jesaulenko, 112 goals for the season. His opposite number, and McKenna at the other end, now has 138 with 1 on the board today from a couple of chances. Here is Jesaulenko's first chance. Jesaulenko, 35 yards out, almost straight in front. And this marvellous player will bring the house down if he gets it through. They need it.
Oh.
Behind only to Carlton, their third, making it now 3 points to Collingwood, 3-6-24. And we're about to enter the time-on period in the first quarter.
Well, Jesaulenko must have the wrong boot on again. He started like this last week, of course. Missed 4, I think, before he kicked his first goal. Let's hope he can be a little quicker on the target today.
It's the signal from Jenkins. Jenkins goes out wide. Behind the back at Sidney Jackson. Jackson turns and twists.
Jackson with the ball on the half-forward line. Here's his kick going into the full-forward area. It's Thornley knocking it down, but there's no man there. There hasn't been anybody playing in front for Carlton the whole time. Max Richardson caught with the ball. It was a good tackle, beautifully done by Thornley. Should be pushing it back. Rubbish.
Oh, umpire Jolly, you're not seeing them today so far. Umpire Jolly's first grand final, perhaps he's a little bit nervous as well.
To me, it seemed a perfect tackle, and Thornley has the ball taken off him, and that's bad luck for him. Here's Max Richardson kicking the ball towards Dean. Dean isn't tall enough, nor is Pennell. It's Tuddenham lurking behind, and ominous all the time. Up to the new captain for the Collingwood team in Waters.
Dunn all on his own.
Here's Waters kicking the ball up here to Twiggy Dunn. Can he take the mark? Yes, right in front of the member stand. He leaves him flat-footed again. Waite is left loping. The ball into the full-forward area. Up goes Gill trying to hold them out, and it's a good play between him and Hall, which succeeds in doing that. Hall is very fast, won't risk a bounce. Look at him touch it down. He did it twice, and now the kick towards Crane in the centre. Crane nearly a mark, but not near enough. Over here towards Jackson. Jackson just avoids a terrific tackle. It came from O'Callaghan and gets a free.
Yes, he was tripped.
Jackson, centre wing. Drop kick high to centre half forward. Jenkins the only one there who looks ominous. In from behind him came Jesaulenko, spoilt the mark. It's Price trying to wrong foot them with a side step. Pushed into the ground. Picked up by O'Callaghan. Back here towards centre half forward. Too high for Dunn. Waiting behind Waite. Gets a bad run of the ball again. The ball's on the half forward line for the Collingwood team. It's Waters handballing into no man's land. Mackay, one of Carlton's few good players, is there to trap it, but it goes straight to Tuddenham, whose kick is high. It'll be play on. It was touched as well. No mark as Dean goes up trying to take a skyscraper. Here's Waite or Robertson getting it out to Big Nick. Nick Hance does a foolish thing, straight back to nowhere. Over here towards Big Tomo. Tomo, 6'7", has hold of the ball. There's a penalty, and it looks like going Carlton's way. It's Crane to take the ball at centre half-back.
Well, now, can Carlton capitalise on this kick from Crane? He should be able to put them into attack. It's a shocking kick off the side of the boot. Greening's got it covered, and he can swing Collingwood forward here if he wants to. He does. He drives the ball out to Wayne Richardson all on his own, and he takes the mark, immediately goes on with play. He's going to shoot from an angle. It's not a bad shot, but a little bit offline. Behind only to the Magpies, who move on now to 3-7, 25 points. Carlton are 3 behinds, and Collingwood well and truly on top.
Kevin Hall tries the short one. It's a bad short pass out to Waite, and Waite turns round, hits it back into play and gives it to Waters. Shocking football. McKenna's met by Hall. Nicely done. Mulcair down where Pennell will battle with Dean. Neither can take it. Pennell recovers better. Should give it to Gallagher, which he does. Gallagher now downfield looking out there for Robertson, and the mark is missed by Robertson, picked up by Potter. Potter will boot Collingwood into attack looking for Thompson. David Mackay up with him. Neither can take it. Mackay plays on. That was never. Mackay down towards the centre of the ground, and in comes Robertson. Robert Walls is the leaper, can't take it. Dunn, centre wing position, a drop kick which covers a good 65 to 70 yards. Up goes Hall and thumps it away. Mulcair is tackled, nicely picked up once again by Richardson. Wayne Richardson kicks it perfectly across to centre half forward to his brother Max, and Max has got the chance to shoot for goal.
Looking good, the Magpies on attack.
Now Max Richardson is about 50 yards out from goal. His opponent is Sergio Silvani on the mark. Max Richardson is a long kick, and this is no mistake. It's a beautiful... No, it's going to be touched by Mackay on the line through for 1 behind.
Number 8 to Collingwood, 3-8 now, 26 points to Carlton, 3 behinds. And we're 28.5 minutes into the first quarter.
Collingwood looked full of vim and vitality, and Carlton seemed to be game sore. Hall hesitant. Now he switches the attack over here to the members' wing. Pennell will wait alongside, I think, as Dean goes up with Waters, his own player, and it's knocked down by Price and picked up by Wayne Richardson, whose kick is in short to Mop Top, and he'll take it. Snaffled it easily.
Mop Top, I take it's McKenna's opponent.
McKenna, 138 goals for the season so far, including 1 goal today, and he's kicked 1 goal, 1. Well, this is the easiest chance he's had of the 3. It's right through. McKenna's 139.
Yes, well, that's a delight to watch. Certainly a nice lead, and the way the Collingwood forwards are playing and moving, and their little men certainly scouting so cleverly that it looks as though it may be curtains for Carlton. I know it's early to say that, but they've certainly got to pick their feet up much more quickly and move around a lot more than they're doing at the moment. It looks all Collingwood, very, very confident side, and certainly very well equipped.
29 points the difference as Jolly comes in and Twiggy Dunn gets it down nicely. Recovering, he's the best player up to date is Wayne Richardson to Potter. Potter down, Johnny Gould underneath it, takes his first. John Gould is a spectacular player. At centre half back, he boots it downfield, and Adamson's got the chance. Walls goes above him. Nicely done, Adamson. Could have been paid that one. Richardson once again boots it downfield, where underneath it the chance is there for Waters. Nice play, Mulcair. Mulcair and Gould crash into each other. Mulcair downfield. O'Callaghan and Croswell up above him. The umpire's whistle goes for foul.
And a quarter time, Collingwood well on top, 4-8-32 with a really fine exhibition of football. 4-8-32 to Carlton, 3 behind. Umpire Don Jolly about to bounce the ball. Collingwood kicking towards the punt road end. Carlton towards the scoreboard.
And Jenkin comes in from the same side as Nichols. Nichols wins this one. Big flurry in the centre. Surge emerges with it out to Jackson Adamson. Jackson beautifully done. More pace and wonderful skill. Jackson a long way out from goal. The outer half forward flank, and the scoreboard goal is his objective as he comes in with a punt kick this time. It falls in front of the pack. Clifton's there, and I could have been awarded that one. Coming through is Tully. Tully's under pressure and runs into a bunny hug. Down they go onto the ground. Stacks on the mill, blowing out after his walls. He can't pick up. Down they go. Jesselenko, as usual, crawling after the ball underneath it, and it'll be bounced once again. Umpire Jolly bounces it. In comes Jenkin, battles it away from Jesselenko out to Adamson. Adamson forced into a right-footer downfield. Underneath it is Robertson. Robertson takes the chest mark. Robertson centre wing position. He's a glorious kick normally, and this is no exception. A good skimming 65-yarder. Terry Waters says thank you and misses it. And down goes Walls. Waters collapses on top of him, and the umpires paid the free kick to Carlton's Robert Walls.
Well, that was a bad penalty, wasn't it, from the point of view of Collingwood? I mean, Waters should have marked it.
Yes, and Walls within kicking range if he gets a really long one. He kicks it down. It'll fall to the 10-yard square. Peter Jones is in front there. Waters battles with him. Waters almost took it at the last moment. Underneath it there is Clifton, and the umpire's going to bounce it in the 10-yard square. Carlton in attack. And the bounce, it's Peter Jones in the favourable position. Tried to find Jackson. Adamson goes down from the Jackson bump. Oh, and a good bump by Jenkin.
Oh, you can't give a free for it.
He did.
Oh. It was a perfectly legitimate bump in my book.
Well, it was a hip and shoulder one,
Sure.
and if you can't use your hips and your shoulder, well, there's no hope, is there?
That's right, the player had the ball.
Anyhow, Gallagher straight in front of goal. Should pop this through for Carlton's first. There it is on its way, and it's there. Carlton's first goal, and listen to the roar from their supporters. Carlton move on to 1-3, 9 points to Collingwood, 4-8-32, 2 minutes into the second quarter.
Well, although we might argue the source of the goal, it certainly counts, and that's all that's necessary. Carlton needing a few more to get close to Collingwood, because in the first quarter it was all Collingwood. The Blues certainly have got to bounce back now if they're going to be in this finish at all.
4 goals the difference, and that's a big margin early in the game. Knocked down by Big John. It's Serge Silvani trying to carry on the good work, but Dean takes it from there, capitalises on the opportunity and kicks the ball to McKenna. McKenna's up in front, and he takes it easily off Hall, who scolds himself furiously behind the play after the mark was taken.
So he should. He had the front position, Tony, and allowed McKenna to work around in front of him. It was hopeless.
McKenna has kicked 2 goals, 1 from his 3 shots. Here he is lining up for his 3rd goal to the Jolimont end. It's a beautiful kick from McKenna, and there's his 3rd. And he's making it easy for the Woodsman.
139 goals to McKenna so far. 140 goals to McKenna. Magnificent performance for the season. Still 10 short, though, of Bob Pratt's record of 150 goals. That's Magpies' 5th goal on the board. 5-8 to Carlton, 1-3.
Don Jolly has charge of the game. Carlton finding the scoreboard end a little more fruitful than the other end. It was Jenkin conspicuous in the ruck. Through like a train came Silvani. The free's been given away, however, against Carlton to Collingwood, and Terry Waters, the captain of the Magpie team, which is certainly favourites to win the game, is to take the kick at centre-half back, but he's gained a 15-yard advantage and now comes a long way further up, and Potter tells him that he's got a long way further as a run-up than he originally thought. The ball is onto the half-forward line. Up front, Thompson couldn't get his hands near it. Over towards McKenna now, trails in behind him. In comes Gill, clashes with Britt behind the play, picked up by Mackay. Mackay's been a consistent defender for the Carlton team. Kicks it straight, however, to Price. Price is a beautiful kick. Look at that one go right off his right foot, up into the full forward area, and McKenna just about will be paid that again. He's got it okay.
Oh, may have been ticky-touch with that one. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Macca, but was a little bit lucky, perhaps.
I'm not going to take a thing away from Collingwood. They've outplayed Carlton so far, but some of these decisions, we must admit, have been a little bit their way.
McKenna coming in from almost point-blank range to use his drop punt kick again. Off target, he sort of hooked that one. Yeah, it didn't look good in its delivery. He was a bit jerky with it, so he now has 3 goals, 2. Jezelenko at the other end has 1 point.
5-9 Collingwood, 39 points, 2 Carlton, 1-3-9.
And Carlton supporters echoed as one, I'm sure, all it deserved for that miss by McKenna. And we must repeat that it did look to be a bit of a lucky decision from umpire Jolly.
Kevin Hall looks in the John Nichols direction. He's got his custodian in the person of Jenkin behind him. Income nicely done by Greening. Greening dodges Gill but then goes to the ground. John Nichols picks it up, tries a short term but doesn't do it well. Well done, Britt, as Tutton Britt again. Down he goes from a beautiful bump by Nichols, and John Greening decides he'll be the man who'll talk.
Gentlemen, please.
We anticipated this would be a tough bruising game. It could well be before it's over. The free kick, however, is Collingwood's way, and Britt will take it. And he's within kicking range too. He's a beautiful kick, this fellow. The angle's fairly acute. He'd be about 35, 40 yards out and could possibly put it through.
As he moves the streamers, Carlton supporters supply a few more.
There's a barrage heading towards Britt. This is the golden-head boy who came from Ballarat originally. He comes and shoots for goal. It's a bad one. It's swinging back in towards that goal square. A good effort at the last moment. It was a typical swinging right foot torpedo punt, and it's through for 1 behind.
1 goal, 2 so far from Britt out on that half-forward flank, and he's certainly given John Gould tons to worry about so far, as have most other Collingwood players in every other position.
Hall, a busy fullback. Backline's really been peppered for the Carlton side. Jenkins' mark okay, gets himself in front, and they've consistently been getting themselves in front, not only in pace work around the field, but in positions for marking. Here is Jenkins, half-forward line, drop kick. Oh, it's a real raking kick going in towards the goal square, off hands and through for a point. So Collingwood's position only improves. They are 5-11 now to Carlton's 1 goal 3.
I think Kevin Hall's letting the Carlton side down somewhat, and he's kicking in. It's definitely not penetrating enough, and he's certainly not picking out the man he's aiming for.
7 minutes gone in this second quarter. Collingwood 4-8 to 3 points in the first term. They're well ahead now. Up here towards Waters. Waters flies with Gould. It's down on the ground to Greening. He gets trapped by Silvani. Picked up by Crane behind the play. He kicks here to the centre wing. Brings Price into it with Jezelenko. They've moved him out okay. Jezelenko versus Potter. They must have him at centre half forward.
They have. Mackay, I think, has gone to... No, Walls to full forward.
Jones versus Jenkins. Jenkins gets the leap at the ball straight to Greening. Greening is grabbed by Jones. The ball is spilled. The overflow now goes from Jones over to Gallagher. Ruckman to Rover, and Gallagher a left foot kick to centre half forward towards Jackson. Jackson not high enough behind him, and racing for it is Clifton. Tries to bowl the ball along. Goes back in for it now after missing it with the strike move and picks it up. Left puts it onto the half forward line. Here comes Twiggy done downfield. Traps it beautifully on the half volley. A left foot kick swinging into the goals. A magnificent kick.
Oh, copybook football. Magnificent play by Collingwood, and they're really giving Carlton a football lesson to this point of the game. 8 minutes into the third quarter, 6 goals, 11 to the Magpies, 1-3 to Carlton, and that was a magnificent goal.
Fantastic goal, and certainly the ease with which Twiggy Dunn executed that must have really rubbed salt into Ron Barassi's wounds already, because it looks hopeless at this stage.
Tony, it's amazing how easy Collingwood are peppering holes in this Carlton defence to this point.
Yes, they've crumbled.
Jenkins once again does battle with Jones. Jones gets it down, but Waters sharks it. Waters boots him into attack. Barry Gill comes across. It bounces to McKenna. McKenna, left foot snap for goal. Open goal it is and bounces through.
Goal number 4 to McKenna, and 141 for the season. Magnificent football by the Magpies, and my word, they're on good terms with themselves at the moment, and they have every right to be. What a performance by them, Tony.
Tremendous performance. Oh, they're doing everything right. Mind you, Gill was a little unlucky there. I felt he tripped at the psychological moment and allowed that ball to run on to McKenna. But no matter what Collingwood did at this stage, it's going to work, and Carlton are really in the doldrums.
Well, Collingwood are in the box seat just at the moment to win their first premiership since 1958. The last time they played Carlton in a grand final was 1938.
On the bounce in the centre, it's Jenkins dominating the hit-outs. Down it goes again, picked up and taken away from him by Croswell, driving desperately. Well done, Waters. Wayne Richardson clever over the back. Gill and Tuddenham clash. Mulcair gets his kick smothered by Max Richardson. Mackay picked it up. His kick is a very poor one. Crane gets an awkward bounce. Britt's got it. Britt will boot them into attack, and he dodges cleverly. Got tons of time now to send a skimmer downfield, which he does to the pocket. Twiggy Dunnell mark it. He misses it. It was his, and he misjudged it. It bounces over the line out of bounds.
I think he was affected by the sun then.
He probably was too, Ken. Now David Mackay comes in to do battle with Dunn for the throw-in. Dunn front position, neither wins it very comfortably. Nice play Mackay at the last moment. Barry Gill battles with Wayne Richardson. Wayne Richardson and Crane clash. Down they go. David Mackay comes bouncing out. He's got tons of time. Picks it up at centre half back. It's down to the centre half forward region. Waters and Jesselenko fly. Neither makes it. Nice play behind the pack there by Adams, and here comes the brilliant Jesselenko with his left foot. He boots him into attack to Gallagher. Gallagher's got 2-1 against him, and Clifton emerges with the ball at centre half back. He drives it out of danger. Underneath it is Johnny Gould and Con Britt, and Gould went far too early, recovers beautifully and bounces them into attack. With his left foot he boots it downfield. Underneath it, Walls.
Oh, a bit late.
15 yards will be there too.
Should be. We'll see whether it's going to be paid by umpire Jolly. In my book it should be.
Yes, I don't think it will be. He hasn't moved away from the mark. It's a bit savage.
Scoreboard goal, which Walls comes in and kicks, and a low punt kick it is, and puts it through.
That's Carlton's second goal on the board. My word, it's a badly needed one at this stage of the game. 10 minutes into the second quarter. The Blues move on to 2-3-15. Collingwood are 7-11-53. And here's Tony Ombrello.
I noticed Len Thompson in a little bit of bother at centre half forward. He's had the trainer out there looking at the right leg, and appears to be a little bit proppy at the moment.
Still 7 goals the difference as Jenkins goes up high right over Jones. The ball's gone Carlton's way of the circle over towards Croswell. Darts on the ball, but it's a free kick, however, to Robertson. And Robertson anxious to get on with things and plays on with a hand pass to Gould. Gould on the wing, just beautifully blind, turns Greening, then runs into very forcefully. Over now to Silvani. Silvani's left foot kick is over centre half forward, between there and the full forward pocket. Walls comes in, got the last goal, gets it over towards Jackson. He was tripped. Jackson's tripped, and will get the free kick 55 to 60 yards from goal and on an angle of 50 degrees.
Yes, Jackson certainly getting plenty of attention. He moves fast, and the Collingwood defenders have got to try to cut him off at the legs if they can.
Kick number 6 to Sydney Jackson. He's been one of Carlton's best forwards so far, and they've been pretty quiet generally. Well, Carlton is starting to put a little bit more life into their play, and the big question is, can they hit back?
11 minutes gone, second quarter. Jackson's drop kick's on its way to the scoreboard goal. It's into the far pocket. Thornley tries its second bite. It's knocked away from there by Clifton, and a throw-in comes up. Collingwood in the black necks, Carlton in the white. No grey shade in between. It's a do or die, knock him down, drag him out of fair as Big Nick knocks it down towards Croswell, overran it. Croswell goes back for it now. It's going goalwards. Croswell trying to get it off the carpet. Bumps hard. Eakins gets it out sideways to Gallagher. Snaps up. Goal.
Well done, the Blues. Coming back now. Collingwood. That's Gallagher's second on the board. 2 to Adrian Gallagher. There he is. And Carlton are hitting back now. 3-3 to Collingwood 7-11.
Well, that's a great effort, and as was mentioned, Carlton seem to be putting a little bit more fire and endeavour into their play. But oh goodness, what a great hurdle to overcome. 4 goals, 8, 5, 6, 32 points. A tremendous difference at this stage. But Carlton have proved during the season that they are capable of great things, and perhaps they can put a bit more finish into this game. Let's hope so for the big crowd that's here, because they certainly would like to see a close contest, I'm sure.
Well done, Brent Croswell, for battling that one out to Gallagher. In comes a Twiggy Dunn. Tuddenham up by the back post. Pumped by Mel, picked up by Waite. Wait there, and Potter and Jezelenko underneath it. Neither can take.
And away go Carlton into attack again. Through Jezelenko. Down it goes to Big Nichols. It goes over his head. It bounces through. A free kick, is it? A free kick to Collingwood. A free to Eakins of Collingwood in the last line of defence, and he's putting it out on the far side of the ground. A good clearing kick. Plenty of Collingwood players there to mark it. Can't hold it. Here's a chance for Dunn as he gathers the ball in nicely. Sends the kick skimming forward up towards Thompson and Mackay. Mackay in front, but Thompson's manoeuvring. He can't trap it. Mackay comes to it again. Thompson comes back. Well done, the big fellow. Hooks the ball in short. It's coming across here to Max Richardson. He couldn't trap it, and this gives Carlton the show to clear it away. Train it was. Caught with it. There they are, coming in hard, right in the centre. The whistle goes, and it's a free to Collingwood's Max Richardson to be taken right in the centre. A pull round the neck, said umpire Jolly. Collingwood 7-11, Carlton 3-3.
Max Richardson, whose brother is the outstanding player on the field so far, playing excellently as Wayne, kicks this ball short over centre half forward. It's past McKenna, goes to Wayne now, and Wayne marks it beautifully at about the fourth try. Wayne Richardson has been playing excellent football, hasn't kicked well, but he's been getting plenty of kicks. Wayne Richardson has kicked 3 behind so far, and he is such an excellent kick for distance as well as for accuracy as a rule that this 60-yarder shouldn't be beyond him. He's kicking to the Jollimont end of a stacked MCG. There must be 120,000 people plus here, and Wayne Richardson now with a towering punt kick. It'll get the distance, okay, magnificent kick.
Well, what can you do about kicks like that? 1 goal, 3 now to Richardson. What a most glorious goal. 12 kicks this fellow so far, so he's certainly been one of the dynamos in a very, very good-looking Collingwood side.
8-11 to the Magpies now. 8-11 to Carlton 3-3. 59 points to 21 at the halfway mark of the second quarter. Umpire Jolly. There's Twiggy Dunn getting the knock. Robertson comes in to trap it. Knocks the ball forward. It's smothered by Max Richardson, but Carlton come clear with it. Send it forward. Out comes Eakins. He's got a show. Knocks the ball forward, but coming in brilliantly is Croswell. He's a dynamo, this fellow. He's going to line the goal up from a long way out, but he's a way off target with it. And it'll be thrown in almost half forward right. Carlton badly needing goals. A trailing 3-3 to Collingwood 8-11.
Full forward pocket. Twiggy Dunn missed it against Jones, and diving on it was Gallagher. Didn't come out with the ball. Wrestling match. And the umpire carves up the omelette, and we start again. Right in the full forward pocket. Jones this time. Where's the rover? Went to Max Richardson of the opposition side. The ball coming here close to the line in the shadows of the members' stand. It's run across the line by Conbrett. 8 goals 11 to 3 goals 3. Collingwood well ahead. 15 minutes into the second term. Throw in coming up with Carlton into attack. Big John's on the ball with Jones. The two of them are rucking pretty well. Down to Gallagher. Pushed in the back. Should be his free. Gallagher will get the kick. A 60-yard distance from goal. Gallagher looking for the lead, but there's none there. Jackson, he'll have to get up high, but he's up too soon, and Eakins comes in over the top, and the blonde-headed West Australian takes a beautiful mark. Here he is, putting the ball into play across the back line. It's onto the half-back flank. The mark is taken over there by number 26, Dean. Dean, a good footballing name in Victorian circles. Into the centre of the ground it comes towards Tuttenham, but Tuttenham found that somebody chipped in front of him, and that was Gary Crane, a lion-hearted player.
And Crane can take Carlton into attack. He does so. Sends the ball to centre half forward. Big pack fly for the ball there. Collingwood coming in hard in defence. Clifton overruns the ball. Richardson's there to pick it up. Gets a hand pass to O'Callaghan. He's going to be under pressure. Boots the ball forward. Robertson can trap it here. He can swing it forward for Carlton. He's looking for someone to kick it to, but it's Eakins setting himself forward with Jones. Jones knocks the ball away. Tully's got the crumbs, but fumbles, and over the line it goes to be thrown in full forward right.
Throw in coming up. 8-11 to 3-3. Collingwood well on top. Negative ruck play down to Tuttenham. This should be constructive. Got the ball caught up in his feet. A kick off the ground, lands the ball. Oh, that was O'Callaghan getting a firm head and shoulder. Tuttenham gives a backhander as the ball is picked up by one of his teammates and kicked into the centre of the ground. Nearly a mark to Mackay, one of Carlton's best. A kick by Gould is coming off the side of his boot. It's down here towards Robertson. Robertson is being harried by Tuttenham. Puts him in a straitjacket. Appeals for holding the ball. The umpire says it's holding the man, and Robertson's got the kick. And Tuttenham gives a gesture to the umpire, which isn't pleasing. 8-11 to 3-3 the score. Collingwood on top. 18 minutes gone in this quarter of play.
And here's a lovely penetrating kick by Robertson, sending the ball well forward, but it's out of play again. Carlton attacking through their right half forward line. Collingwood 8-11 to Carlton 3-3. Nichols doing battle here, grabs the ball, loses it. Jackson comes in, overruns it. The whistle goes. It's a free to Big John. Nichols to take the free kick for Carlton.
Big John, a giant of a man. And he will lead the Carlton revival, which still has some distance to go. Look at this kick. It's touch and go. Oh, bad luck. It was a beautiful kick. Nearly a marvellous field goal. Well, one flag is not enough. They need 2 flags and plenty of 6-pointers to make up the deficit that Collingwood have opened up. Collingwood 8-11, Carlton 3-4 now. The kick is short and it's marked out there in the back line by Collingwood.
Eakins it is, Tony.
Eakins has the ball in the back pocket on the outer side, with Collingwood kicking to the Richmond end of the huge MCG with 120,000 watching on. A record crowd as Big John spoils the mark. It's knocked forward by Collingwood right into the hands of Price. That was a bit of luck. Price kicks the ball from the centre wing onto the half-forward line. Here's McKenna going up, but he's beaten for the ball by Tottenham. Tottenham, it spilled from his grasp when he was catapulting through the air. Swooped on by Gill, kicks back to the half-forward line. Dean's mark is spoilt by Silvani, and Serge comes out holding his nose. There was a nasty clash there. Silvani felt it, and so too certainly did the Collingwood man. But Dean has the kick and kicks onto the half-forward line to centre half-forward. Thompson relays it on overhead. Waters was waiting for it there. Was charged into by Gill. Picked up by Gould, rather. Picked up by Britt. His hand pass is beautifully executed straight to Greening. Greening's kick is off target, but might score a point. It's out of bounds. Collingwood 8-11, Carlton 3-4, getting back into the game slowly, but they've got a long way to go. 20 minutes gone in this quarter.
Here's the kick now, bringing the ball forward. Big Jenkins going for it with Gould. Gould knocks the ball forward, but chipping in nicely is Wayne Richardson. Sends Collingwood forward again. It's coming up to Tottenham. Or Britt is it? One of the two. It's Tuddy, and Tuddy's got it within kicking range. McKenna was in the hands of the Collingwood trainers. There he is. He's okay again as Tottenham comes in, lines this goal up. Oh, he's going to hook it right round. And it may have just got in for a behind, or it could have been out of play. It was on the full. And number 17 for Carlton, Crosswell, will take the free kick. Collingwood right on top, 8-11-59 to Carlton 3-4-22. There's the kick by Crosswell, a nice one, bringing the ball up towards Mackay. Went one-handed for it, couldn't hold it. Big Jenkins in the thick of it there. May get the free, he does. A push in the back. Jenkins, who has been very prominent so far in the ruck for Collingwood, will swing them well into attack. There's a wobbly old kick, though. It's come to Crosswell. He couldn't trap it properly. Waits in there. He can't get the ball clear. He comes to it again. Got a lot of pace, this fellow. He's going to run into trouble. Sends a long hand pass out to Crane, all on his own. Now Carlton have the show to go forward. Looking here for Walls as the kick comes up towards him. He's closely pressed by Clifton, who has come out to take him on at centre half forward.
Centre half forward, we're waiting for the throw-in, and Sydney Jackson standing beside Adamson. In they come for the throw-in. Jenkins from behind thumps it down. Coming through strongly was Wayne Richardson. Jackson underneath it, nicely picked up by Jones. Out to Silvani. Silvani, another hand pass is good football, but they've lost the opportunity. Clifton, a great player at centre half, at full-back, boots it across to Price, and the danger man will be tackled. Looks for a hand pass, which is a bad one. There's always a Collingwood player there. Picked up nicely by Max Richardson. Downfield it goes, and Kevin Hall, McKenna, battle McKenna. Beats him pointless again.
Beautiful play, McKenna.
Yes, he's too shrewd for Hall. He used his body brilliantly then. Good mark.
Goal number 5. Will it be for McKenna?
Yes, the interesting point, Ken, is to see whether he can catch Peter Hudson, who's topping the goal kicking with 146. It's Peter McKenna from 25 to 30 yards out. Shoots for goal. Dead-eye Dick and straight through it goes.
Goal number 5 to Peter McKenna. There he is. What a great full forward he's been this year, along with Hudson and Jezelenko, and 9 goals on the board to the Magpies. 9-11-65, Carlton 3-4-22 at the 22-minute mark of the second quarter.
Time ticking away, close to half-time as Jenkins goes in against Jones, and I don't know who won that, but Waters kicked mid-air. The ball's been picked up by Collingwood, into attack again, a familiar pattern. It was Greening over to here to McKenna. McKenna was grabbed when I think he tossed that ball out in front of him. Ball runs him down now. McKenna goes into the pickets. The ball's been left in play and is picked up by Gould. McKenna's okay, comes back in amongst the streamers now. Gill gives a hand pass to Gould. Gould from the half-back line kicks to the half-forward line with a beautiful kick. And up they fly for the mark, and nobody can take it. Waters again. A tap, looked like a throw. Should have been awarded it against him. Eakins kicks the ball close to the line and over the line on the full, and Carlton will seize the initiative. 9-11 to 3-4. Collingwood leading by a long shot here. 24 minutes now into the second term.
Carlton relying on the individual efforts rather than the teamwork, and I think this is where they're losing quite a lot. Collingwood playing well as a team.
Robertson should drop kick the ball and does. Beautifully spinning again. Perfectly timed. It's to within about 30 yards of goal, and the mark is taken in fine style by Brent Croswell, who was one of Carlton's very excellent players on their last outing on the MCG last week. Croswell, what is he, 50 degrees to the line, maybe a bit more, and he's only about 40 yards out. Croswell kicking for the sword. That's the Carlton story. Just nothing is going right.
One behind to the Blues. They're fifth on the board. 3-5 now, 23 points to Collingwood, 9-11, 65.
8 shots to 20. The scoreboard can tell you more than we can. It's all Collingwood, and they're really ticking over. Carlton desperate at this stage to get back into the game. Can they do it?
And Clifton chooses the grandstand side this time. It's Peter Jones and Terry Waters and Jenkin all there. Neither can take it. Well rode Gallagher. Gallagher back it goes towards the pocket, and it was almost taken by the brilliant Croswell once again. He's a good player for the Blues. He fights for it. He's got 3-4 to 1 against him. Held it too long, and the free kick will go against the battling Croswell.
He tried to do a little bit too much.
Tried to do too much, and he had nobody to give it to, but he tried to do it all himself, and the free kick to Colin Tully. Tully, a magnificent 65-yard punt kick downfield. David Mackay goes the punch. Thompson, the rover, out to Price. It's classical football. Price across to McKenna, and Kevin Hall is 25 yards away from him. McKenna's got time to fundle. He gets past him cleverly on the angle. Bill Gill comes in to meet him. McKenna shoots, and it is just off direction and through for one behind. But what a magnificent snap under pressure.
Yet I thought he should have given it over to Tottenham, who was all on his own.
Yes, he may well have been able to do that too. 5 goals, 3. He's certainly contributing, but did attempt to do a little much then. No doubt full of confidence that he's really mastered Kevin Hall at that fullback position, so I don't doubt McKenna feels he can play a paddock load of them at the moment.
9-12 Collingwood, 3-5 Carlton.
Collingwood oodles with points ahead as Hall kicks to the half-back line. Jenkin missed it, picked up by Crane. Crane off the front of the pack, grabbed the overflow, kicks onto the half-forward line. Here's Jackson with a chance, training in behind, gives a hand pass to Jezelenko, who in this quarter was moved out to centre half-forward. Jez short passing to full forward, up to Big John, but he's beaten by Eakins. They're standing flat-footed. Collingwood reading the play ever so much better. Look at that pass go to Dean like a rock. Dean is on the half-back line, and Collingwood will come back into attack after this kick. Yes, it carries the centre by some 15 yards. They're into attack towards centre half-forward. Nobody can take the mark, but there's a penalty there, and it's going Carlton's way. The Collingwood captain surrenders the ball to Jones, who's been quiet, along with about 16 other Carlton players. Kicks to the half-forward line, and the mark is easily taken there by Adamson, who, well, there was nobody going to contest it with him. Adamson from the half-back line kicks straight back to centre half-forward. Once again, Jones from behind can't take the mark. Waters goes against him. Tries to get rid of the ball when put in a straitjacket. Over here now towards Robertson. He comes out without the ball, sees it go to Silvani, however, for the grand old Blues. The kick is into attack and marked here by Price. Price for the Collingwood team with the score 9-12 to 3-5. Collingwood by a long shot. Time on now entered in the second term. Towards Gould, up goes his hands. He can't take it. Stood out there like an obelisk.
Free to Mackay.
Yes, Mackay gets the free. Mackay is on the half-back line, and with a good kick here could carry the centre for the Carlton team. He's one of their very few good players. There's his high punt kick. It will carry the centre. They adjust into attack, and up goes Chesser. Magician, Mandrake and everything. Took a magnificent mark.
Oh, what a crowd pleaser.
Well, that was a soaring mark of all soaring marks. Downfield it goes, and Clifton got front position nicely. Croswell was the big leaper from behind. Nice play once again by this brilliant player. And John Nichols is down there in the pocket by himself, but it goes out wide. Peter Eakins goes screaming after him. Nick is hitting it back to himself. Eakins grabs it, and over the line they... Oh, and Eakins tossed into the fence with tremendous power. And the free kick is going to go, or is it out of bounds? It's out of bounds. Nichols takes up front position, Graham Jenkins, but it's Adamson who goes for the punch down with him. Gallagher's there. His left footer goes high into the air downfield, and Jeff Clifton underneath it once again. Walls claims a mark when it wasn't his. Play on, says the umpire, and the scrimmaging pack is underneath it all. It'll be a bounce.
28 minutes into the second quarter. Collingwood 9-12 to Carlton 3-5.
From the bounce, and it's Carlton in attack as Jenkins, a dominant ruckman, goes up once again. Robert Walls, his kick is beautifully smothered. Out wide it goes. Clever play by Tuddenham. Out towards Jackson. Jackson over the line. Ball with him. O'Callaghan behind him. Half forward flank. Carlton in attack. John Nichols on the ball. Up he goes, nobody went. He didn't do it well though. Jenkins comes in, the big fella tries to bullock his way through, pulled down by Nichols. Dunn gets it taken away by Jackson, and once again an ugly pack develops, and the umpire has indicated he'll bounce it. Same position. Only Nichols goes up, and it's tapped away this time by Silvani. Silvani across it goes, and Silvani was pushed and will take the free, and Serge has got the chance to shoot for goal.
Well, not the most accurate of the Carlton players is Serge in shooting for goal, but close enough perhaps to score with this one.
Comes Sergio Silvani about 40 yards out from goal. It's a thumping long kick, and it's an accurate one. That's a goal to Carlton.
And a much needed one to the Blues. They're fourth on the board. Brings them a little bit closer to Collingwood, but Collingwood still very much on top. 9-12-66 to the Blues, 4-5-29.
Yes, Carlton unfortunately having felt it necessary to move Jesselenko out to centre-half forward, have of course robbed the full forward line, and it's unfortunate that Jesselenko can't play in 2 or 3 places because they really need a lift in front of goal as well as out further. Still trailing by, well, Collingwood an over double, so it's a real big job for Carlton to get back into this game.
Yep, about 6 goals of difference. Collingwood in the first term kicked 4-8 to 3 points to lead by 29, but now they're further ahead. They're 6 goals up at this stage as Don Jolly bounces the ball and starts another chapter with Jones going in for it, but sees it go the other way. But Crane, however, helps him out and kicks the ball to the centre wing. Adamson was all over Jackson. Now it's Croswell racing in to try and gain possession of the ball. Collingwood busting through the pack through Price. See the ball go their way, and now it's over to Greening. Can he get past Silvani? Silvani tackled him beautifully and will get the kick. Serge Silvani, who kicked a beautiful goal before from centre-half forward, quickly gets play underway again with a kick into the full forward area. Big John's there, one-handed style. Clifton gives a hand pass over there to a teammate who was trapped and kicks the ball to the half-forward line, or half-back line for his side, and the mark is taken by Dunn, who is one of Collingwood's best. Dunn has a beautiful kick on the run, and look at that drop kick go. He hasn't put a foot wrong with these so far. That's a 65-yarder. It beats the pack at the half-forward line, picked up by Thompson. He'll run into the goals with a left foot snap and misses. One flag, which takes them just a little further ahead, with Collingwood now 9-13 to Carlton 4-5.
It's amazing how easily Collingwood are ripping holes in this Carlton defence when they go into attack. There's Hall putting the ball into play on the outer side. This is one of his best kick-ins so far. Goes to big fellow Jones. Couldn't hold it, but he's going to get the free. No, it's going against him. He's looking for it, and it's going Collingwood's way. Dean to take the free kick. He's the winger. And I think so far Collingwood have been on top across the centre. Here's a short pass coming in, and it's Tuddenham waiting for it, all on his own. Too easy for Collingwood. The Carlton defence very loose and deep.
Yes, Mulcair got trapped into looking after Richardson then, and not his own man.
Tuddenham having a shot for goal. He's got the distance as the direction. There it is. It's a beautiful goal. A lovely goal to the Magpies. That's Tuddenham's second, and they go further ahead. Into the double figures now. 10-13. 73 points to Carlton 4-5-29 at about the 31-minute mark of the second quarter.
Yes, now I'm sure Ron Barassi will be happy to hear that siren at half-time, because this must appear to be a nightmare to him this first half.
On the bounce in the centre, it's done up this time, but it's taken by Jones. Nicely done, Gallagher. He turns and twists out of trouble, screws it back towards centre-half forward. Jesselenko makes the pace and gets it. Off he goes now, and left foots it down to the pocket. Robert Walls and Peter Eakins will clash on this one. Eakins gets the run and shows the dash, and the West Australian goes bolting away. He's got nobody near him. Now he's got the chance to boot them out of danger. Downfield it goes. Peter Jones up above the pack, almost took a good one. Behind it is Johnny Gould, forced into a hurried one, but it's Robert Dean waiting for it on his chest and takes them out.
What shocking disposal by Gould as the siren goes to end the second quarter. There's the ball, 10-13 to Collingwood, 10-13, 73 points to Carlton, 4-5-29. All set with umpire Don Jolly. Well, we'll soon know whether Carlton can come back.
Into the fray they go once again. It's Crane fumbling and keeping up a pattern that's been all too familiar for the Carlton fans. The ball's gone to Terry Waters, the Collingwood captain, who presses the attack now onto the forward line. Over to Vin Waite. Vin Waite's left foot kick sends the ball back on its tracks. It's coming towards the members' wing. Brings Jackson into the play, but he's beaten by Adamson, but mainly by the bounce of the ball. Over to Gould, who nearly runs through his own player in Vin Waite. Gives a hand pass now to Mackay, who dropped back on play and is shepherded for by Waite. Clever play by Mackay as he gets past Max Richardson. Mackay has been one of Carlton's few good players. His kick to the forward line is marked mark by Waters. Waters, the Collingwood captain, kicks to the members' wing again. He's looking for Dean, and Dean takes the mark quite comfortably, and Gould was late on the scene. His momentum carried him forward of Dean and allowed that player to play on. His kick is to Silvani of the opposing side, and Surge takes the mark. Silvani, who made a remarkable comeback to league competition this year, gives a hand pass over here to Crane. Crane's kick from the back line is into attack for Carlton. They'll have to make every minute a winner. O'Callaghan pushes his man in the back. It's Croswell, but is given the mark, and the umpire allows it once more. O'Callaghan from the back line finds that everything's going well for Collingwood, and the kick is to the half-forward line. 1 against 2. Carlton should win the odds. A clever tap from Waite, who was on the ground, to Silvani. Silvani's second kick in about a minute to the forward line, nearly to Waters again. A repeat of play that happened before. Off the front of the pack, it's Potter giving the pass to Greening. Greening right from the centre circle, kicks the ball to the half-forward line, and there's that Tuddenham, that trusty character out there on the half-forward line. Gritty, tough, bold and determined. He kicks the ball into the full-forward area. The mark will be taken over there by Con Britt, who dropped back beautifully on Pennell and had no trouble at all. Con Britt has been a very serviceable player, together with many other Collingwood men on the forward line in the game so far, and Collingwood leads handsomely by 44 points as Britt kicks into the full forward area, off hands and behind. We're waiting for Mackay to gather it in, but he sees it go to Rover Gallagher. Gallagher's kick on the run is excellent as usual, a beautiful kick, and the mark is nearly taken by Crane, who's had the fumbles today but recovers well to give it to Gould. Gould doesn't know whether to hand pass or kick, elects to do the latter, and off the side of his boot and across the line on the fall. He who hesitates is lost, and the free kick is given to Ted Potter, the centre-half back for the Magpies, with 2 minutes gone in the third term.
And Potter to take the free kick for Collingwood. Swings the ball towards centre half forward. There's Big Jenkins flying high. The ball knocked away by Nichols. Gould in possession now. Gould looking for Jezelenko. There's the kick coming up to him. Jezelenko late, but the mark taken by Crosby. It's a hand pass to Walls. Walls sets the goal in his sights, drives it forward, right up towards the big fellow Jones. Hopkins waiting down, gets it, hooks it goal and puts it through. A goal to the Blues, and Hopkins has come on for Carlton in this third quarter, in place, I think, of Thornley. And a much-needed goal to Carlton. They're fifth on the board, 5-5 now to Collingwood, 10-13 at about the 3-minute mark of the third quarter.
Once again, young Hopkins has proved his worth to the Carlton side when coming on as a reserve, and quickly notches a goal. He's done this before, and he may add a bit of life to that Carlton forward line. It sure needs it.
And there's the tap going to Jenkins. Down it goes towards Waters. Waters has got the ball, held by Gould. Play on, says the umpire, no. Holding the ball, and Gould will swing Carlton forward again. There's his kick to Jezelenko, and he fumbles it. Missed it, but recovers beautifully. Has the left foot shut. This is a gem. It could be close. No, it's just back to the goal. And Hopkins takes it off the pack and pops it through. Another goal to the Blues. And this is a typical Carlton comeback. No two ways about it. They did this in the third quarter, I think, of their last encounter, or was it the second? I remember at one stage they were down 26 points and finished 4 points in front. 6 goals now to Carlton, 6-5-41 to Collingwood, 10-13-73 at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. And 2 goals to young Hopkins.
Collingwood stands at 10 goals 13, and Carlton since half-time have scored 2 quick goals. It seems to be putting them back in business. Over towards Jenkin, upset by Nichols. The ball is in the hands of Robertson as Big Nick is penalised for chopping evidently at Jenkin as he went for the knockaway, and Jenkin takes the free kick and gives a skimming pass which is snapped up on the half-forward line by a Collingwood player. It's Sergio Silvani on the mark. As the kick by Collingwood goes into attack, it's into the full forward area off the front of the pack. It's Tuddenham having a shot at the sticks. It's swinging in now, but not enough. It'll be close to the line and just about goes across the line. The umpire's given the decision, and I think it was quite accurate. It's a free kick given to Carlton in the back line. Collingwood 10-13, yet to score since half-time. Carlton has scored 2 goals to take their score from 4-5 to 6-5. The difference is the difference between 73 points and 41. Carlton's Hall with the ball. From the back pocket in front of the scoreboard, he kicks in front of the members' stand, stacked with fans. Up they fly for it. It's Twiggy done. A left foot kick into the full forward pocket, falling to a Collingwood player, and Max Richardson is there to take that mark. Richardson's played very well with his brother. And we look for him now to kick to his brother, but not with that one off the side of his boot and still showing finals nerves. The ball's across the line on the full, and another free kick given away by Collingwood in the forward area.
Out of bounds from that kick of Max Richardson, and Kevin Hall is to take the free kick. He tries a long hand pass to Silvani. Silvani on half-back flank now. Goes downfield and kicks a very bad-looking punt kick and gives Greening the chance. Greening fumbles, hits it down past himself, recovers again, hits it out wide in the open, and the umpire's found a free kick. A push, he says, and the free kick goes to Collingwood. Johnny Greening will take it.
Well,
Nothing's working for Carlton. Some of these decisions certainly going Collingwood's way.
Greening about centre half forward. It's a magnificent drop kick downfield. In front is Hall and takes the mark. Well, it didn't cover the distance. It was anticipated by McKenna. A disconsolate Peter McKenna. It's the first mistake he's made, if you can call that a mistake, and the freak. And once again, Hall with a long hand pass to Silvani. Silvani, see if he can kick better this time, which he does. Downfield it goes. Adamson comes in. There's two battle for it. Out wide it goes to Robertson. Robertson's got the chance to wheel out of trouble. He's about centre half back as he boots it out looking for Croswell. Croswell goes up, and what a grand player he's been for Carlton. Dodges, caught. One-handed pass it was. He's allowed to get away with it, and down to the ground they go, and eventually the free kick is going to go Collingwood's way, and it's Desmond Tuddenham to take it. Tuddenham half-back line. Len Thompson's in perfect position this time, but misjudges it. Wait, Gill comes in. Out it goes towards Silvani. Silvani looks to get a hand pass out to Pennell. Pennell then kicks a long one down to the half-forward line. Tully's underneath it. Robert Wall's well done as he spoils him brilliantly. Nicely picked up by Potter. Potter in a flash out to Tuddenham. Tuddenham the short one downfield to Greening. Perfect football back to Tuddenham is a bit wild. Tuddenham a quick left footer, and underneath it is Pennell, and Pennell takes the mark on the half-back flank. His kick is down towards centre half forward. Peter Jones comes out, goes too early, and Waters takes an easy run. Terry Waters at centre half back. Price is underneath it and does it magnificently. Off he goes. Goes for the run. Looks for Twiggy Dunn. Changes his mind. It's a bad kick. Twiggy Dunn gets it. He'll have a shot for goal from about 50 yards out. Steadies himself and kicks a high punt kick downfield and just misses one behind. There's the scoreboard. Collingwood 10-15. Carlton 6-5, 75 points to 41. 10-14 it is. 74 to 41.
Kick by Hall, again favouring the outer side. 120,000 people watching on as Waters, the captain, flies against his own man Greening. They fumble the mark, and there's a free kick given to Carlton. Carlton's Robertson looks like lining up to take the kick on the half-back flank. Carlton came out after half-time without Thornley, and they have Hopkins on. The kick by Carlton is into attack to centre half forward, and Walls comes from the clouds to spin over the top of them and take an acrobatic mark. Walls at centre half forward, one of many of the Carlton players who will need to pick up their game. Into the full forward area, up goes the acrobat, and he can't take it. Down in front, a left-handed hand pass straight to Nichols, gives it back, into no man's land. Can Gallagher get up? No, he's checkmated right on the line. Gallagher fighting hard against O'Callaghan, picked up by Jackson. His snapshot is going close. Jackson, a miracle goal.
Oh, what a miracle. Oh, Sydney Jackson, that was class. A great snap under tremendous pressure right from the boundary line. What a beautiful left footer. Have you ever seen better than that one? 10-14, 7-5. And if that goal doesn't lift the Carlton side, I don't know what could.
Well, what a magnificent comeback by the Blues. 7-5 now to Collingwood 10-14. Back on the centre, there's Jones getting the tap, but Collingwood chip in through Britt. Britt pulls the ball, drops it. Will he be penalised? He will be. And it's little Teddy Hopkins, who has been the greatest seat warmer this year, I should imagine. He's been on the bench plenty of times, but there's his kick now, swinging the Blues forward. The mark nearly taken by Jesselenko. Eakins comes to it, overruns it. There's Croswell in the thick of it. Will he get a free? He will. A pull round the neck. And what a comeback by Carlton. And it's got this capacity crowd, a huge crowd, in the order of 120-odd thousand right on its toes. Let's see what Croswell can do. The young Tasmanian, one of several playing in this grand final today. In fact, 10 interstate players, and collectively on both sides. There's the shot by Croswell. It's pretty close. It's there. A goal to Carlton. 8 goals now on the board. 8-5 to Collingwood 10-14 at the 8-minute mark of the third quarter. What a thriller now, Tony.
Tremendous. 4 goals in this third term, and no doubt Barassi has really tongue-lashed this Carlton side at half-time and is now getting some results. A great move bringing Hopkins on. He's livened them up, and things seem to be going a little bit better for the Blues.
They've kicked 4 goals straight. There's Thompson, a knockdown to the Collingwood side, of course. Picked up by Silvani on the half-back line. The ball's gone to the half-forward line for his side. A couple of Collingwood fellows look like taking the mark. One was Britt, but he missed it, and breaking away is Jackson. On the run, his kick will fall short. Where's Nichols? He's hipping out. Nichols taps the ball on in towards the goal mouth. Taken away by Tully. A desperate save. The ball in amongst the streamers on the half-forward line, and Dean just keeps it in play against Gould, who obviously is not 100% fit. The ball's come here, and it's marked beautifully by Walls. Walls on the half-forward line. Too far out to kick, so he gives a hand pass to Hopkins, who's kicked 2 in a couple of minutes. Hopkins into the goals again. It's over, and it's there.
3 goals to Hopkins. A great third quarter. Tremendous effort from this little fellow, and he's certainly given that life to the forward line. A great effort there. Good teamwork too, and the Carlton players starting to come alive. Good football.
And now 120,000 people are starting to sound like 120,000 can when they're excited.
10-14, 74 points to Carlton, 9-5, 59, and down it goes to Conbritt. He's pursued by Crane. In comes Pennell. Pennell will drive Carlton into attack again, looking for Hopkins. Up in front goes O'Callaghan and takes the mark. O'Callaghan back in the back pocket on the dangerous little man who came on as 19th man. O'Callaghan. Down it goes Field, and Twiggy Dunn comes in with Peter Jones. Neither can mark it. Waters is tackled by Waite. Down to the ground they're going. Stacks on the mill. On top is Dunn there. And the umpire says free kick, and it's going to Carlton. And there's a little bit of a scrimmage. Out wide it goes. Picked up by Robertson. Robertson on the half-forward flank with a long punt kick. Down towards the pocket. Big Nick punts it down nicely towards Walls. Out towards it goes too far for him. Eakins tackles him. Back it goes towards Jackson. Jackson runs into a barrage of trouble. Won't give up. Picks it up and has a shot for goal. He's tackled beautifully. Picks it up again, won't give up. Down goes O'Callaghan and the umpire, and eventually it's picked up nicely and driven out of danger by Potter. Waters underneath it takes a telling mark.
Oh my word, Carlton are putting a lot of pressure on Collingwood now as Collingwood go forward towards Price. He's going to be in trouble. Jones knocks the ball away. Crane's got it. Couldn't trap it. He's got it now, and he'll get the free kick too. Right in the centre. There's a kick going forward. What will be the decision? To Walls it is, and Walls goes away, dummies beautifully. He's going to line up the goal. It's a beautiful kick on its way and through. A goal to Carlton. Goal number 10. What a magnificent burst by the Blues. They started this quarter 4-5, and they've knocked on 6 goals straight. 6 straight to the Blues. Collingwood haven't added to their half-time score. Yes, they have. 1 at the 11-minute mark, and this is a typical Carlton recovery.
Now it is. It's really great football. The crowd roaring. A tremendous excited feeling here at the MCG.
Magnificent one by Silvani once again out wide, and Walls, who's been the dynamo, comes downfield, screws it high in the air down towards the pocket. Eakins goes racing out for it and can't reach it. Boundary umpire a long way behind the play indicates throw in. Eakins trying to claim the free kick.
Yes. He can't do that.
Carlton in attack and trailing by 9 points only as Jenkins comes in to do battle with John Nichols. Up they go, and Jenkins down towards Hopkins. Hopkins tackled. His kick goes to Jesselenko. He shoots for goal, and it's through. And 3 points the difference.
Would you believe this? You couldn't have believed it if you'd have seen the first half. Could not possibly have believed such a tremendous Carlton comeback. Great football, 74-71. 3 points now separating these two sides.
And that's Jesselenko's first goal. Goal number 113 for the season to the Blues champion full forward. And the crowd just going wild with excitement.
The Blues have picked up 41 points in a trice. The ball onto the half-forward line towards Gould. There's a hold-up. There's a free kick going Collingwood's way, and it will be just across the centre line for them. Tully will take the kick and put the ball well and truly into attack because he is just about the longest kick in the game. Tully just on the defence side of centre, a high, long punt kick. It's a beauty. Up they fly, and Tomo's taken the mark. 6'7" Thompson takes the mark at centre half forward. Short passes. Where's the lead coming from? Dunn's up there, drops it off his chest, a bit nervy. Now he has a chance for ground play. He gets one fair in the back. It was a intended fair bump, but how did the umpire see it?
Should be a ball up. It was a fair bump.
Yeah, Dunn doesn't look too good. Got that one fair in the kidneys.
Yeah, he's going to give a free by the look of it.
He is. Well, now, this is a steadier for Collingwood, although Dunn looking very shaky. You could almost hear his bones rattle as he was tackled there, very solidly indeed. And there's Dunn, one of the most nonchalant footballers you could possibly see, and he's going to line up the goal. He's a fair way out, though, about 45, 50 yards out. There's the drop kick on its way. It's a beautiful long run, but it's a little bit short, and it's marked brilliantly, is it? By Mackay, no, behind the line and behind to Collingwood. 10-15 now, 75 points to Carlton, 11-5, 71.
The story in a nutshell is 7 goals straight to Carlton and 2 points only to Collingwood in this quarter as the pass goes to Max Richardson on the back line. Here's his beautiful kick on the run to the half-forward line in front of the member stand. 2 against 1 for Carlton, the opposite of what was happening in the first term. They should win the ball, but the boundary might win out and does. Hall gave desperate chase but couldn't keep the ball in play. Collingwood 10-15-75, lead Carlton 11-5, 71 by 4 points as Jones gives it to Mackay. Mackay, who had a good first half, one of the few for Carlton, gives it to Waite. It was a play on move because the ball was touched on its way. Waite's kick is onto the half-forward line. The mark should be to Adamson. The umpire's given it okay, and Adamson will take the ball on the half-back flank. 7 goals straight to Carlton in this magnificent, scintillating revival. To 2 points for the Woodsman has put Carlton within 4 points of the lead. Here's Adamson kicking the ball from defence just into attack. Croswell's up there, couldn't take it. The second bite comes out with the ball, then is checkmated by 2. Waters was one and Max Richardson the other. Held too high, evidently, and Croswell, who was making the ball his every endeavour, has the kick. Here he is with a high drop punt kick onto the half-forward line. 2 against 1, Collingwood's favour as Jenkins gets up. A huge leap, but couldn't take it. Got his foot right to somebody's back. It must have been the fellow who will take the kick, and Walls has it.
Walls at centre half forward. Here's a chance. He sends the ball out wide to Gallagher, and Gallagher makes it. Little Carlton Rover within kicking range. Now, can he put it through and put Carlton in front? Almost a silence comes over the ground as he lines this one up. There's the kick on its way, or it's swinging away, falling that little bit short, and is knocked away. Here's a chance for Jesaulenko. He's been bumped there by Tuddenham. Clifton comes to the ball, tackled by Jesaulenko, loses it. Nichols gets it, lines it up, and puts it through, or out of play.
It's a free kick previously. I fear against
Clifton, is it?
Jesaulenko, yes, it's
Yep.
to Clifton.
That takes a little bit of pressure off the Collingwood defence, and my word, they've had a lot of pressure on them in this quarter. 19 minutes of play we've seen in the quarter as Clifton sends the ball wide out to Eakins. Eakins can mark it, can go for a run here. He's in the open spaces. Waters is calling for it. He's passed it to him. Can he mark it? He flies for the ball and holds it. Did he hold it long enough? He did. The mark's allowed. It was touch and go off him.
Yes, and so does a big percentage of the crowd.
Waters has got a lead from McKenna, but he's been smothered, and he decides to kick the ball to Thompson, and the big fellow marks it. Had too much height there. Bobbed up in front of Jones to mark the ball, and the big question that Collingwood are probably asking themselves now, can Thompson put it through, give us our first goal for the term, which will be a steadier, and no doubt the Collingwood supporters are thinking along the same lines. Here's Thompson, big tall fellow, lining it up, the kick on its way, and it's through, I think. It is a goal to Collingwood, their first for the quarter. The first kick by big Len Thompson, there he is. You can see the leg trouble on his thigh there as he walked past us. He had an infection of the leg. There it is, that right leg on the thigh. And he was unable to train during the week. 11-15 now. The Blues to Carlton 11-5. 10 points the difference.
Back in the centre with umpire Jolly, and then it comes towards Croswell. Crane's got it. Silvani will battle for it too. Price is the fighter against Hopkins, and the umpire finds a free kick for Barry Price. Collingwood getting the breaks of the whistle. Barry Price, all 15 yards against Sid Jackson for infringing over the mark, and Jackson walks back saying a few words to Don Jolly. It's right down the danger zone with Len Thompson the target. Thompson leads out wide. David Mackay's there for front position against him and beats him. Out it goes to Hopkins. Hopkins boots it out to centre wing position, and it's 2-1. Johnny Gould, a magnificent mark.
Beauty John Gould, now on the wing.
Dangerous hand pass, but Gary Crane back to Gould. Gould in trouble, real trouble. 3-1 against him, and it's booted down by Tuddenham over the head of Wayne. Umpire's whistle has gone long behind the play, and the free kick is going to go Collingwood's way. Well, that was foolish hand passing, and Carlton paid the penalty.
Yes, there's nothing like a kick, particularly in defence, and John Gould certainly has had the experience to know better than play foolish handball like that.
Robert Dean with 10 points the lead for Collingwood at this stage, and it's about 22 minutes into the third term as downfield it goes. Now Terry Waters does battle. Silvani was the high leaper. Dead Tuddenham the good rover. He takes it over the line as he's tackled by Barry Gill. Half forward flank underneath the member.
That's a free kick against Tuddenham. I think made no effort to keep that ball in play.
Yes, and it's Barry Gill to take it. Gill on half-back flank, right on the boundary line. John Nichols on the ball and Jenkins there with him. These two will battle this one out. Up they go. Look at Croswell! What a magnificent leap over 6'4" of both of them. Brent Croswell drives it downfield towards centre half forward, and Gallagher tries the big one from behind. He comes down with the ball, tries to battle against 3 of them, and down he goes fighting and struggling for it. Umpire says ball was held to him or bounced it at centre half forward with Carlton in attack. On the bounce. It's Peter Jones. Peter Jones back towards Jesselenko. Jesselenko to Gallagher. Gallagher fumbles it for once. Jesselenko comes through, takes them all on. Jackson's there to give it to, but the umpire's whistle is blown and the free kick is going to be paid, and it looks like Carlton.
Yes, Jesselenko, I think, interfered as he tried to force a passage between those two Collingwood players. What a game effort to try to get through there in the first place.
Well, it's 10 points the difference. Collingwood in front, 11-15 to 11-5, and Jesselenko, the Carlton full forward, who's kicked 113 goals up to date for this season, and that's a record for the club. This brilliant recruit. Born in Austria, came from Canberra, shoots for goal. It's a magnificent kick. It was never offline. That's his second, and there's now only 4 points the difference.
Oh, hear that crowd roar. What a fantastic third quarter. Certainly worth coming miles to see and paying anything for a ticket if you're here, no doubt about it. Grand performance in this third term, and Carlton really taking the fight back to Collingwood.
8 goals straight to the Blues in this quarter. What a magnificent performance. They were outplayed in the first half, but they're giving Collingwood a football lesson in this third quarter. What will come of this bounce? Carlton get it forward. The whistle goes, and it's a free to Collingwood's Brit. Is it all Waters? No, Waters to take it right in the centre. Looking from McKenna. However, here's the ball coming out to Thompson, and he takes the mark. Led beautifully to position, and it was a perfect pass right onto his chest. There's McKenna making position for him, but he's covered well by Hall. What will Thompson do? He must drive towards the goal. There's the kick on its way. Dunn is waiting for it there. Also McKenna. Dunn it is who flies. Will he be allowed the mark? We'll wait and see.
Yes, he's going to be.
I think so. Or it's a free to Tuddenham. Tuddenham's going back, indicating that it's his kick. But I think it's going to Dunn willy-nilly.
I think so.
Perhaps Collingwood had it both ways. Anyhow, it's Dunn, straight in front. Twiggy Dunn, Mr. Nonchalant. Cool, should have no trouble putting it through. He does, straight through the middle. That's his second for the quarter. Collingwood's 13th, and Collingwood have another breather. 13 goals on the ball, 13-15 now, or is it 12-15? 12-15 is the correct score. 12-15 to Collingwood. Carlton 12-5 at the 25-minute mark of the third quarter.
With those 10 points separating them again as they finished up last time. Collingwood had 10 more shots, you might remember, and they're doing it again so far. Twiggy Dunn, 2 goals this quarter, both from frees.
And now for the algebra of the centre bounce, and it was Big Nick getting it, but it's taken by Greening right out of his grasp almost. A left foot kick by Greening puts Collingwood back in business. They're into attack on the forward line. Tuddenham comes into it with Gill, who's been a busy player, and now Conbrett is giving chase. He's leading Pennell in the race for the ball. A left foot kick is still in play. It goes right past McKenna, almost into the goal square, but stretching out his right hand was Mackay. Saved the ball carrying to a Collingwood man who would have scored, and the kick is back to the half-back line for the Carlton team. Carlton a magnificent term. They've picked up 8 goals to 2 goals 2, with the ball now going out of play. 8 goals straight they've kicked in this term to come from 4-5 to 12-5. Collingwood at 12-15, having kicked 2-2 in this term. Up goes Jenkin, a beautiful piece of ruck play. Where's the rover? It's the centre man Price. He's checkmated, wasn't in possession. His free kick. Price has the ball on the half-forward line, and there's his stab pass going straight to centre half-forward, and it's Wayne Richardson getting poleaxed, it seems, after taking delivery of the ball, and a 15-yard penalty goes against Vin Waite.
Oh, foolish play. No need for that, Waite.
Wayne Richardson so far has kicked 1 goal 3. His brother Max has been a good player too. Quite the reverse of the way these brothers played. Capable and all as they are in the second semi-final. They were down for most of the game. But for most of the season, they've been well and truly up. A magnificent pair of players. And here is Wayne Richardson at centre half forward. A chance to score from about 50 yards out and straight in front. Kicking to the scoreboard goal. The drop punt kick. Up it goes now. Slow. Won't make the distance. Who'll save? It's a Carlton save to Mackay. Mackay's a marvellous find. This has been the most exciting quarter one could imagine. Carlton out of business at the halfway mark. Everybody was putting down their glasses and saying, well, that's the grand final all over with, but not by a long shot. As the ball comes to Crane, that's the 3rd time he's dropped a sitter. Over to Dean. Dean hand passes it right over the top of Gill. It comes back here to Mulcair, who gives it now to Crane. Crane back on his feet, kicks the ball here to the centre wing. Potter's in front of his man, just can't snap it up in time. Price is standing handy and takes possession, avoids a tackle by Crane and kicks the ball deep into the full forward area. Mackay up in front of Thompson. The ball drifts behind, picked up by Carlton's Hill. The ball's come in front of the member stand towards Dean, who spills the mark across the line. 12-15 to 12-5 the score. Collingwood lead by 10 points and time on now being played in the third term. Potter, I see, is cramped right in front of the coach's bench as Wayne Richardson off the front of the pack and 50 yards from that incident puts the ball back into attack. The ball well and truly up into attack as the mark is taken by Twiggy Dunn, one of the best kicks on the run you'd see. Dunn so far has kicked in this game. What's he done? He's kicked 2 goals 1.
Dunn sends another skimming drop kick downfield, and out they come, and Hall from behind. But it's McKenna once again. They've telegraphed and the perfect lead.
Yes, no effort to punch that one, Hall. He left McKenna get too far in front. Left his run too late.
Yes, and that was it. McKenna, who's kicked 5 goals up to date, is coming in to shoot for his 6th. He's only about 25 yards out. Kicks to the scoreboard goal. The famous drop punt, he boots it straight, and that's number 6 to McKenna, and Collingwood go to a 16-point lead.
Well, have the Magpies regained their poise? It looks as though they have. A couple of very, very handy goals indeed, and now they've just taken the edge off that great Carlton run. Carlton perhaps knocked the steam out of themselves with such a great effort in this 3rd term, and it looks as though now Collingwood have just taken control of the reins again, momentarily perhaps.
143 goals to McKenna, back on the centre. There's Big Jenkin going high. The ball knocked down to Tudman. Tudman sends Collingwood forward. However, Carlton come through. There's Price, brilliant in the centre, but his hand pass is intercepted by Silvani. Price comes in again. Look at the milling. Mass in the centre there. And umpire Jolly will bounce it. It's really tough now. It's bruising football. There's the ball knocked clear to Collingwood. A chance for them. They can't trap the ball. And good go against Croswell here. Kicking in danger against him. And the free kick will go Collingwood's way. Greening to take the free, almost in the centre. Looking here for Twiggy Dunn, but it's short of him, and the mark is taken by Waite.
Oh, no!
Play on his head, and it goes out here to Mackay. Mackay's kick luckily carries out here to Robertson. Robertson a hand pass to Gill on the move. Gill immediately swings the ball, penetrating to Jezelenko. He's outnumbered there, and it's Waters steadying behind the pack. Grabs the ball, is looking here for Greening. It's going to fall well short of him as Hopkins sets himself for it with Jackson. There's Robertson moving to the ball, but the boundary line looms up in front of him, and it'll have to be thrown in. 13-15, Collingwood to 12-5 Carlton.
Carlton have come from 44 points down as Collingwood win the ball in the ruck. It's a left-handed pass down here, attempted pick up by Greening, gets tripped, and it's his free kick. Greening is on the defence side of centre and will put this ball into attack towards the scoreboard goal. Collingwood 13-15, leading Carlton 12-5. What a revival, what a 3rd term to remember. The kick is over Gallagher's head for the Carlton side and swooped on by Wayne Richardson. His kick is short, but Collingwood get in front and take the mark through Dunn. Is it Dunn or is it?
Yes, and he's been caught.
And he gets a rabbit killer behind, puts on a bit of an act. The ball's gone 15 yards upfield. Mulcair has it in his possession. It's Waite again. Hand pass over here to Gallagher. Didn't carry to him. It was Max Richardson chipping in. Breathing in deeply now. Avoids with a blind turn. Gives a hand pass to McKenna. McKenna a shot at the sticks, and here could be another, but it's not. McKenna has to be content with 6 goals, 3 now.
Yes, it was good play by Collingwood to get out of that. Certainly looked for a moment as though the Carlton defence would win out, but no free kick came, and the Collingwood were able to pepper those goals. There's the scoreboard, 13-16 to 12-5. Collingwood 94, Carlton 77.
That's Kevin Hall, who's had a pretty tough assignment today, wandering back at fullback.
Not long to go in this 3rd quarter.
Hall chooses the outer side of the ground and boots it out wide. It's a shocking kick to Wayne Richardson. Richardson wishes what he might have taken, but was pushed in the back by Gill, and the free kick will go to Collingwood's Wayne Richardson, the vice-captain.
Just look at the streamers there, Doug.
Yes, there's the siren.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter, and Richardson's going to have a shot at goal. He's a long way out, but he's going to try to get the distance here. I don't think he can. He'll be about 60 yards out. Shade too far. The roar from the crowd as he comes in to line it up. He's come close in. There's the kick on its way. My word, it's a magnificent attempt, but that little bit short, and that brings to a close the 3rd quarter.
Well, what kind of a chapter is this opening up for us now as the ball goes to Carlton's Robertson? He was swamped. It's gone to Crane now, threads his way cleverly through the pack and kicks the ball over his head onto the half-forward line. Carlton into attack towards the scoreboard goal, turned out by O'Callaghan. He's been defending strongly. Much more work coming up, however, as the ball goes to Britain. The umpire, I think, will intervene. Don Jolly, having only his 3rd finals match in his 1st ever grand final, bouncing the ball here just across the centre and in Carlton's territory. Over here to Gallagher after the ruck play. Good play by Gallagher, sorted out things well from the ruck play, read it well, kicks the ball into the full forward area. Jezelenko's not there, the ball's tapped on towards Hopkins. He's got 3 already, and there's hit the post.
He could have run right through. Bad luck for Hopkins. 3 goals, 1 to his credit, and that would have been 4 straight, would have been a miraculous effort.
Jezelenko's back at full forward. Is Clifton the full back? Recruited from Floriat Park in West Australia. Jeff Clifton has had a man-sized job today and done it very well. Kicks a punt kick and it's a long one downfield where it's a Jenkins-Nichols battle. Neither can take it. Jackson gets a hand pass over towards Walls. Walls has got 3-1 against him, and here's a chance now for a pick-up by Adamson. His left footer goes down where Wayne Richardson, Barry Gill fight for it. Neither can take it. Down goes Waite. Nice play here by Mulcair. Mulcair beats two of them, dodges away from the pack, gets onto his left foot, boots it down to open territory. It's Robert Dean in front. Nicely taken by the brilliant Price, and Price drives them into attack with a perfect pass to Thompson. Boy, can he kick the ball, can Barry Price. Thompson quickly onto his left foot, and Barry Gill tries to intercept. McKenna's there. Kevin Hall takes it away from him, breaks away, and he'll go for one of those traditional Kevin Hall runs, boots it across towards the centre wing. Robertson's got the chance from behind. Terry Waters, cleverly done, out to Greening. Greening beat about centre wing, boots it downfield. Kevin Hall goes up above Richardson and takes a good mark. Oh, if ever they needed one, they needed that one. It's booted down where Nichols and Jenkins once again. Behind it was Robertson who got there first. John Nichols comes out appealing for the free kick and will take it. No, it's Robertson to take it. Adrian Gallagher is the man who boots it back to his teammate Ian Robertson. Robertson is off and doesn't play over the man of the mark, and umpire Jolly lets him go. Robertson now about half-back flank, sends a drop kick downfield, looking for Croswell. Over Croswell's head it goes, picked up by O'Callaghan. Oh. O'Callaghan well over the line. The boundary umpire belatedly picks it up. About half-forward flank in front of the grandstand. Got Carlton in attack, and Carlton trailing by 94 points to 78. Collingwood in front. As Peter Jones comes in and does battle with Jenkins this time. Jones wins it to Gallagher beautifully. Gallagher gets away, held it a long time, but he must have been penalised too high, and the free kick goes to Adrian Gallagher. Well, Gallagher is not a long kick, but he can certainly put it down around that 10-yard square this time. Tries the short one to Jackson. Well done, Gallagher. Good lead it was, and here's a man who can kick a long way. It's Sydney Jackson. He's a long way out. And Adamson, umpire Jolly directing to go back those few feet. Now Jackson, who's a magnificent kick, is kicking towards the scoreboard goal. Carlton 12-6 as Sydney Jackson comes in, chooses a punt kick this time, a spiral torpedo punt. It'll be close but not good enough. It's one behind. Carlton advanced to 12-7 and Collingwood 13-16.
15 points the difference. Collingwood in front. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the final quarter as Clifton is about to put the ball into play. He's played well at fullback. Going straight down the ground with his kick. It's not a bad drop punt either. And there's big Jenkins getting up in front, trying to mark it, knocked away by Nichols. Gives Carlton a show, but it comes clear here to the brilliant Price. He's been a damaging play on the centre. Look at him going downfield. Sends a hand pass. Out it goes to Greening. Greening in turn to Britt. He could be in trouble. Sends it back to Greening. Well played, Collingwood. Greening a long kick. Swing the ball well forward. Up it goes towards Mackay, who traps it beautifully. Keeps it in play. Beautiful defence by the young fellow as he sends it back towards Robertson. But a magnificent mark is taken here by Greening, the former Tasmanian. A brilliant young winger, this fellow. Now, can Collingwood capitalise on this forward move? Here's the kick by Greening.
It's a long one downfield looking for Thompson. Mackay's his opponent. Thompson, strength and power. 6 foot 6.5, 16 stone 4 was too much for the recruit David Mackay. And when I say recruit, he was best and fairest in the second best and fairest in the seconds last year, and has made a wonderful senior debut this year. One of Carlton's stars. That time the giant frame of Thompson. He's about 25 to 30 yards out. It's a magnificent kick. Was never in doubt. That's another major to Thompson. That's his own second, and Collingwood's 14th.
Yes, 14-16. 12-7, and that one is certainly a goal that Collingwood need, because it just puts them that extra 6 points in front of Carlton, and perhaps Carlton now have lost the edge off that tremendous effort that they showed us in the third term. Can they come back? Can they fight to hit the lead? Well, let's wait and see.
Collingwood even 100 points now, and Carlton 21 points down. Collingwood won it in the ruck, but it wasn't too constructive. The ball's still in the centre circle, where Angels fear to tread. The umpire will take over again. Carlton picked up 27 points by that sensational third-term burst, but Collingwood on top in the early stages of this final term. A grand final is in the balance here as Croswell can't get rid of the ball. He was holding the ball. The free kick goes to Tuttenham, who put him in the bear hug. Tuttenham from the centre of the ground kicks the ball to the half-forward flank, looking for Thompson, who's too mobile for Mackay. And again, Barassi reaches for the phone. He's upset with Mackay, giving Thompson latitude. The ball's gone to Hall, who's picked up his game remarkably. Hall from centre half-back kicks into the centre of the ground. Off Tully's hands. Behind it goes to Jenkins. Jenkins grabbed by Silvani. Gets rid of the ball, however, to his captain, who kicks to the half-forward line. Dunn loses the ball between his big legs. Picked up by Britt. Free kick back there. And it will go to Carlton. Carlton to take the ball at centre half-back. And Pennell has hold of the ball. Pennell, who won selection when Quirk wasn't ready, cramps after kicking the ball, and the mark has been taken by Jenkins. Jenkins taken a few good ones today, but not as many as consistently has he game by game over the season. The kick by Jenkins from the centre of the ground is over to the half-forward line. Out there is Gould. Gould takes on Dean, who'll get there first. It's Croswell coming in third in line. The bounce of the ball favoured him. Tottenham uses his weight, took his eye off the ball, and here's a brilliant Croswell. Brent Croswell, a sensation last week, kicks the ball towards Jackson, and Jackson gets it on his chest. Jackson is just across the centre of the ground, too far out to score from, and we'll look for the leads. Jeselenko is lurking right back towards the goal square, only about 5 yards from the kick-off line, and the ball going down to that area now. He's got the run-up, but I don't think he'll compete. He comes from behind too late. The ball's been marked in front by the big fella, number 21, Jeff Clifton, formerly of WA. Collingwood hang on to their 21 points lead. They've got an even 100 points on the board, and we've played 7 minutes into the final term.
Clifton's long left footer covers 65 yards looking for Dunn. Up goes Croswell in front of him behind the chances there for Waite. Waite then left foots it high in the air out wide where Jeselenko's under an awkward one. Up he goes nicely, punched away from him. Hopkins nicely done, gets it taken away from him. Stacks on the middle as they fight for it. Hopkins eventually gets it, dodges cleverly onto his left foot, down to John Gould, waiting for it to fall, and he misses what he should have taken very badly. O'Callaghan comes in, there's Dean as well. A nice pick up by Gallagher. Gallagher's kick is beautifully smothered. Jeselenko won't give up. He's tackled when never in possession, will take the free kick. Alex Jeselenko, he will never admit defeat. Jeselenko and Nichols lurking in the goal square, and Eakins and Jenkins both there with him. Jeselenko's going to try the long one. He's a good 65 yards out from goal. The scoreboard goal is his target. Comes in, won't make the distance. It's to the 10-yard square. Up goes Jenkins above the pack. Tully comes through, and Big John gets pulled high, and the umpire comes in and indicates it's a free to Nichols, and Nichols has got the chance to make the scoreboard 6 points closer for Carlton.
Very cool as Big John. Never in doubt about the free, and never ever flustered or hurried.
This game's still wide open. Straight kick here from Nichols, and Carlton be right back in business.
Normally he kicks with tremendous authority, does Nichols. This is no exception. Straight through it goes. Carlton 13-7, 85 points, and Collingwood 14-16, 100.
15 points the difference at about the 8-minute mark of the final quarter. Still a chance for Carlton to pull this game out of the fire. Collingwood looked home and hosed at half-time when they were 44 points in front, but Carlton staged that magnificent third quarter when they kicked 8 straight. It was a magnificent effort by the Blues when you remember that they're playing 3 hard games in a row. Umpire Don Jolly. 27 there for Collingwood is Britt. Pennell number 15 for Carlton. There's Big Jones going high, but Jenkins gets the tap down. They pack the centre. Oh, there could be a kicking in danger here. It was given, and the free will go to Waite. Waite to take it right in the centre, and he'll swing Carlton well forward. He's a beautiful penetrating kick. This is not a bad one. Up the centre half forward. Jeselenko, a mark.
Yes.
Brilliant. A great player this way.
Out at centre half again.
And he'll put it up in the air, no doubt, for Nichols. Eakins is watching him closely. Here's Nichols coming to it with Eakins, but the ball is well wide of both of them. A throw-in about 15 yards around from the right-hand behind post with Carlton well into attack.
Nichols, Jenkins battle. Jenkins high up above him. Clifton comes through. John Nichols well done out to Walls. He has a shot from a difficult angle.
It's a goal.
Eakins touched it. It was through. It was touched through. What a magnificent leap by Eakins, and how close that was.
Oh, yes, even Walls went back to say a few words to the goal umpire. It looked from here as though Eakins was leaning back behind the line when he got his hand to it. However, one behind only. Crowd not very happy about that decision.
14 points the difference. Beer cans coming onto the ground right behind Jeff Clifton there because some were dissatisfied with that decision. But the goal umpire made certain that Walls knew that he was in command of the situation and gave a decision accordingly. The ball to the half-back line. Who'll take the mark is Jonesy. Jones has taken the mark. 6'6" Jones. He played a first-class game last week. Hasn't been of that calibre this week, but who knows, in the dying stages of this game could give tremendous service and win the game yet for Carlton. Into the full forward area.
Whoa!
Oh! Big John.
What a ripper. Great effort. A big, strong one, whipping the ball over the back of the pack and over the back of his own head. Great effort.
Yes, certainly that was the powerhouse frame of the man who's played more games for Carlton than anybody in history, and if ever they wanted to go away on this one, he doesn't let them down, and he rams through another one. 8 points the difference.
Well, that's his second, and Carlton certainly using very interesting tactics in this quarter. Jeselenko firing the ball down, Nichols anchored in that full forward position or the forward pocket position, and it's working so far.
Oh, what a game. What a thriller. And this huge crowd, there's a section of them, a capacity crowd, round about 120-odd thousand, watching this thriller as Carlton come back magnificently. Only 8 points down when you remember at one stage they were 44 points behind. And also remember that they played 3 tough games in a row. Well now, just listen to the roar from the crowd. There's Big Jones going in, trying to get the tap, but it's grabbed here by Waters. Waters a long kick up towards McKenna and Hall. Hall can win out here. Just misjudged it. Tuddenham comes in. The ball's kicked clear by Carlton, and through they come. The brilliant Croswell caught with the ball, drops it, and was held, not in possession, and the free kick will go the Blues' way. He can be a match winner, this fellow. He's a great young player. Young Tasmanian, and there's his kick out onto the member stand wing where Crane very nearly marked it. Greening knocked the ball away. Coming in here is Pennell. Pennell caught with the ball, drops it. I think he'll be penalised. Yes, it's going Price's way. And down on the ground, a Collingwood player just in front of us is Greening.
Chandler's on for Carlton.
Price with the ball for Collingwood. Sends the ball onto their left half forward line, looking for Thompson, but the mark is taken here by Mackay. A beautiful steadying mark. Gould is off the ground. There's the kick by Mackay towards Gallagher. Chipping in was Tully. Couldn't trap it though. Waiters there. Hand pass into the open spaces. Goes to Crane. He fumbles. Allows Price in. Brilliantly played Price. Gets the ball to Max Richardson. He passes to McKenna. But Hall chips in magnificently to break up the attack. And away go the Blues again. But here's Adamson coming through in dashing style for Collingwood. Sends the ball forward, but Jones is in the way. Defence is on top at the moment as the ball seesaws from one end of the ground to the other. Jeselenko a big leap. There he is on the ground. Gets the ball out to Crane. The whistle's gone in the interim, and it's going to be a free kick against the Blues. Throwing the ball, and it's going Collingwood's way.
Jeselenko remonstrating there that he punched the ball out, but it looked pretty much like a throw.
8 points the difference at the 13-minute mark of the final quarter.
A grand final is in the balance. Only about 15 minutes for play left. 8 points the difference. And the kick, Collingwood's Wayne Richardson. From the centre of the ground, the Woodsmen go into attack towards the Richmond end of the huge MCG. 120,000, a record crowd watching on as Mackay goes up and can't hang on to that mark. Robertson can't get through the pack with the ball. Goes back for it now, but there's a whistle sounding above the shrill cacophony of the crowd. And it's a free kick to Collingwood, and Twiggy Dunn will take it.
Oh, dear. Still getting some of these very, very close decisions. Kicking in danger was the rule by umpire Jolly, or the ruling, and Twiggy Dunn's the recipient.
Ricky Watts on the ground.
Ricky Watts on the ground for Collingwood, and Chandler is on for the Carlton team, replacing Gould. Here's Twiggy Dunn kicking the ball with a torpedo punt into the far pocket, and the mark will be taken by Mackay, who dropped back well and was on his own there and gives a hand pass towards Croswell. What are they doing? They let Tuddenham in. Tuddenham's grabbed just in the nick of time. They appeal frantically for the decision holding the ball, and Tuddenham has to surrender it, and Carlton, a stitch in time, saves 9, and another hand pass in defence. It goes this time to Mackay, who was the offender originally, through Twiggy Dunn's hands at centre half back. Can Carlton gain possession through Waite? They do. Gives it to Silvani, gives it back to Waite, tries to pass through. There's a lead given here from Robertson. Robertson on the centre wing might get them out of trouble. Their hearts have come out of their mouths now, and they can rest easily if he gets past this player. Oh, he's got to turn again in all the trouble in the world. Hopkins, 3 goals in the third term, takes it finally. The kick's up there into the full forward area, and Eakins takes the mark.
Hopkins had places to put that, but unfortunately put it in the wrong spot. What pressure on the young fellow.
Yes, his lack of long kicking was certainly shown up that time, because there was lots of places, as Tony Ongolo said, and he kicked it short. Eakins relieved brilliantly, sends a long high punt kick downsfield, looking for Graham Jenkins. Waters from behind. Peter Jones almost took it. Down to the ground they go. Conbridge, the man pursuing it. He'll be met by Gallagher. Kick off the ground there by Wayne Richardson was dangerous, and once again it stacks on the mill, and umpire Don Jolly will bounce it.
Still only 8 points the difference at about the halfway mark of the final quarter.
Jones and Jenkins once again. Gallagher roving close to the pack, gets a short one out to Jackson. Adams. Jackson!
Guilty.
Sword above Adamson and took the beauty. And let's remember Jackson 5'8" and Adamson 6'1". Sydney Jackson, the brilliant player from West Australia. It's a thumping long kick, and Johnny Nichols and Eakins. Eakins misses what I thought he'd taken it through for behind.
And 7 points the difference now. My word, Carlton getting very close to Collingwood, and I bet Bobby Rose has got his fingers crossed down there at the moment. He's been a luckless coach for Collingwood over the years. There he is. Here's the kick in by Clifton. It's a beauty too. Robertson flies and takes the mark. Will he be allowed?
Yes.
He will. That was a beauty. He had the tall timber against him. That's mark number 4, taken by Robertson. And he can swing Carlton well forward again. He's indicating he's going to kick it right into the goal square. And there's the drop on its way. It's a beauty. Nichols is setting himself for it. Went one-handed. It's knocked down. Kicked by Chesalinko off the ground, right across the goal line. And this gives the show for Collingwood to come clear. O'Callaghan with the ball and sends it out of the danger zone. However, Carlton not to be denied. Get the ball to Hopkins. Hopkins undecided. Eventually sends the ball forward. Jackson flies. Can't hold it. Silvani comes in. He loses possession. Wayne Richardson comes through. Gets the ball across to brother Max. Max Richardson down to centre half forward where Dunn goes for it. Britt came through. Couldn't trap it. Collingwood coming back now at the Blues, and there's a pack of players there with Waite getting a hand pass to Hall. Hall immediately sends Carlton forward. They come out in defence, but there's a show here for Collingwood as the ball's knocked towards Wayne Richardson. Robertson comes in, gets it to Silvani. He traps the ball on the ground, but through comes Tuddenham. He's in trouble. They're going down like ninepins as the ball comes out to Price. Price, a brilliant player, sends it forward towards McKenna. The ball knocked away, comes to Britt. Britt has a left foot snap. It's going to fall short. McKenna's setting himself for it with Hall, or rather Croswell. And between them, they take it over the line. Well, what a thriller. Tremendous football. 7 points the difference. Collingwood in front.
And it's Jenkin and Jones do battle. Jones front position, Jenkin up above him. Vin Waite's got the opportunity to boot Carlton back to the centre of the ground. Gallagher's out there, and leading in the race to the ball is Gary Crane. Dean is after him. Crane goes further. Dean is going to get there first, and Crane goes to the ground with cramp. Picked up by Dean, and Dean boots it back to centre half forward. And high in the pack was Vincent Waite. Almost took a good one. He did take a good one. A battling, tenacious juggling mark by Vince Waite. His first mark for the game, but what a timely one. There's about 18 minutes of elapsed in the last term as Waite then boots a long left-footer down, looking for Walls. Potter's with him. Waters, the high leaper, down behind the pack. They struggle for it. Jackson's in the van, gets it out to Crane. Crane over Nichols' head, and Nichols has got to go for the run, but he hasn't got the paces. He's led there by Richardson. Richardson beautifully bumped out. In comes Silvani. Silvani on the ground is a tired player. Picked up by Eakins. Surges on the ground again. Nice play, Jeselenko. In comes Clifton over the line, out of bounds. Half forward flank, the Blues in attack and trailing by 7 points. Nichols comes in to do battle with Thompson. Thompson wins it. Across it goes towards Hopkins, and Wayne Richardson picked up there nicely by Watt. Watt gets a left-footer downfield. Johnny Greening's underneath it. Barry Gill spoils him nicely. Good play by David Mackay, one of their best. Gets a hand pass to Pennell. Pennell breaks away. He held it too long. Free kick to Greening. John Greening. The youngsters, who's already a veteran of 3 seasons, boots it downfield. It's a bad kick. Peter Jones marks it. Oh, that dangerous hand passing Carlton. Barry Gill gets his kick and kicks it out to the boundary line, over the line on the full, and once again they pay the penalty.
When will Jones learn you can't do that in defence? Too many times, Carlton giving away kicks.
About 10 minutes left and 7 points separating them, and many are crocks on the field. Greening is one of them, standing alongside. He's quite immobile. The ball's given again to Collingwood by a decision there, holding the ball, and Ricky Watt, on his 19th man for the Woodsman, has the kick. Ricky Watt, a left foot kick and a fine utility player, boots the ball onto the half forward line. A couple of Carlton fellas there, they spoil each other. Mackay's in front, has the ball going for him, can't pass through the pack, waiting behind Jenkin. He can't get rid of it either. Crane has hold of the ball now. The kick has gone Carlton's way, holding the ball Collingwood, and Croswell will take it. Croswell at centre half back with the scoreboard 100 points to 93. A long time since Collingwood added to their score, and Carlton desperately trying to get 8 points to put their nose in front. Up there goes Croswell's kick, behind it Eakins. Eakins' kick is smothered by Jackson. Jackson sweeps on the ball out of the clouds. Here he is on the half forward line. The hand pass to Hopkins on his own. Got 3 goals in the last term. Should have been 4. A goal! A tremendous moment.
Oh, what a fantastic game. 1 point the difference now. Collingwood 100 points. There's the board. Carlton 99. And this biggest crowd ever to watch one of the best grand finals ever. No 2 ways about it. And just listen to the roar from the crowd. They're going berserk almost. There's Thompson making the ball clear. Big chance chance here for Greening, or rather Dean. Dean gets the ball for Collingwood, sends it up towards McKenna. In front is Hall. Big Jenkins is there to grab the ball. He's in trouble though. Hall comes to it, and Pennell defensively kicks it away from the pack and out of play.
Oh, this is no place for weak hearts.
And the messages are going out right, left and centre from the coaches' benches. And down on the ground, a Carlton player, but let's concentrate on the play as Croswell grabs it for Carlton, sends a long hand pass. Waits goes for it here. Oh, he's met solidly by Dean, but he's backed up nicely. And away goes the ball to Crane. Crane can pass it out here to Chandler. There he is all on his own. And Chandler swings the ball forward. It's in a little bit short though, and it gives Collingwood the show. Through Potter. Potter's kick is high in the air, out onto the outer side of the ground, where the mark is coolly taken here by Twiggy Dunn.
Dunn with the ball decides to play on, gives the hand pass to Price, who's a very mobile player, one of the best centre men in the game this year. Up into the full forward area, it's two Carlton fellas, and Mackay again saves the day with a fine mark. How many is that, Jack? That's his 8th mark. From the back lines, it's Mackay, short passing there to Jones, and Jones takes the mark and shrugs off the attack. There's his kick on the run, on the rebound. Here come Carlton with a counter-attack. Can they get up? Jess is up in the middle of that pack. Jessa comes out with it. The Magician's got it again. Magnificent play by Jesselenko. Plays on to the full forward area, dropping back his balls. Balls could get the run on. A kick off the ground into the full forward pocket. No further score, with 1 point still separating the sides.
Carlton right there too, in that forward pocket. What tremendous tension on the Collingwood defence.
24 minutes gone, 1 point separating the sides as Big John goes in as number 2 against Clifton as ruckman. Jackson tries to come through with the ball once more. Left foot kicking towards the goal square, but it's intercepted beautifully by Eakins, who's doing well in the back pocket. 24 minutes gone, 1 point the difference.
Peter Eakins has got the mark or the kick for over the line, whichever you choose, and sends a long one down. It's Jones and Dunn, and behind it was Croswell. Down to the ground, and Croswell recovers brilliantly. He's been a magnificent player. He throws it one hand out in front of him as he's tackled. It's over the line, out of bounds.
Well, what a cliffhanger this is. 1 point the difference. Collingwood 100 points to Carlton 99.
As Nichols comes in to take on the heavy work, comes in and battles with Dunn. He gets front position beautifully. Nice play, Croswell. Down goes Dunn. Croswell over the top of him. Nichols is hauling Dunn out, and the umpire's going to bounce it once again. 1 point the difference. Carlton in attack. Collingwood in front. Up goes Nichols and Dunn. Down it goes, and once again it's a hungry pack falling on top of it, a weary pack, and it's picked up eventually by Chandler, but the umpire's whistle is blown again. Still 1 point the difference as Nichols comes in and battles. Down it goes, and the free kick is claimed, and it's going to Big John. He's about 65 yards out.
And the burning question is, can Carlton capitalise on this forward move? If they do, they could hit the front, or they could level the scores. 1 point down, remembering that at one stage at half-time they were 44 points down.
Game number 2 or 7 for Nichols, and every one a long one. This is it. Down it goes field. Eakins front position. Croswell above him. Almost took a bluting. Picked up nicely by Watt. Watt goes downfield. In comes Sergio Silvani. Gets his kick and boots them back into attack. And there's a lot of Collingwood players for this one. Clifton misses it. In front the chance for Adamson. He runs into trouble. A chance for Jesselenko. Jesselenko across the pocket. Wayne Richardson goes after it, and the ball beats him over the line out of bounds.
And still Collingwood cling to their 1 point advantage at the 24.5-minute mark of the final quarter.
Dunn in front, Nichols behind him. Across it goes to Waters. Waters, the captain, goes after it. He'll be picked up. He is picked up. Over the top.
Dropping the ball.
Drop the ball. Umpire is going to play that he'll bounce it.
Oh, it was a difficult decision for him at a crucial moment.
Here's Robertson. Croswell pulled around the net. Must take the free kick. He's about 40 yards out.
Well, can this young Tasmanian put it through and put Carlton in front for the first time at the 25-minute mark of the final quarter? A brilliant young player, one of several Tasmanians figuring in this game today. There's the kick on its way. It's a beauty. It's through the middle, and Carlton have hit the front. That's his first goal.
Second goal. The first time Carlton have hit the front. First time in front all day, and it's now almost at the time on. Would you believe it? A fantastic finish. A great game. And you can hear the 120,000 odd people screaming their heads off. Fantastic.
And I think Hurd is coming on for Collingwood. Back in the centre now. Carlton get the tap. Collingwood come in, but Carlton not to be denied. Work the ball forward. Britt goes for it here. He's under pressure. Tumbled on the ground, and will get a free kick. Britt to take the free for Collingwood. Now, can the Magpies hit back? Now, 5 points down as Britt sends a long one forward. Max Richardson flies for it. Plenty of Carlton players. And the mark is taken by young Pennell, one of the youngest players on the ground. A steadying mark for Carlton.
And downfield it goes, and underneath it there's a chance for Collingwood to take it through. Jenkins does. He was going to go on with it, changed his mind. Out in the direction of Dean it goes. He'll be pursued by Crane, and Dean with the socks down and looking pretty bedraggled and tired takes the mark. He's in centre wing position. Carlton leading by 5 points as Collingwood swing into attack through Dean. Downfield in front, the chances there for Robertson. He misses what he should have taken. Plays on well and breaks out of trouble. Onto his left foot out towards Pennell. Pennell, who's been down with the cramp, goes gallantly after it towards the boundary line. He fights for it. Here comes Con Britton, takes it over the line out of bounds on the full, and I think Philip Pennell was pretty grateful to see it go over the line. He's only a schoolboy, as Pennell, 19 years old. Peter Jones, and up above him goes Hurd. Barry Gill out to Peter Jones. Well done. Peter Jones screws it back and coming towards it. A great effort by O'Callaghan. In front is Wayne Richardson. Wayne Richardson, a short pass to Price, and Price takes the mark from a perfect pass. Barry Price tries the short one out wide, looking for McKenna. McKenna's up, and Deal take the mark, or the free.
Play on,
says the umpire. Picked up by Silvani. Silvani down, and Clifton comes out to trap it. Jesselenko comes through like a bullet. There's nobody at home as he kicks it down to the 10-yard square. Which way will it bounce?
It's goal!
Well, what a miraculous goal. And look at Ronnie Barassi. Oh, they're going wild with excitement, the Carlton supporters, and they have every right to. It's a fantastic recovery, an unbelievable one. There's Barassi sending a message out. No doubt they're going to bottle us up now, the Blues, at the 27-minute mark, and Carlton are 11 points in front.
Peter Jones thumps it out, taken by Watt. He's forced to a right footer, boots them into attack. Peter McKenna and Kevin Hall fly for it. Beautifully done, Hall, as he thumps it down. In comes Robertson, Con Britzi's opponent. Sergio Silvani, the gallant old fellow, comes in and picks it up. Half-back flank, he boots it down. O'Callaghan's underneath it, running with the flight of the ball. He misses it, still got time to get it. Turns easily around Chandler, short passes, and it's taken by Price. Price is in the centre of the ground. Nichols tackles him. He gets around Nichols. Around the umpire he goes. Sends a long one down, and it's going to be Mackay against Hurd. Up they go. Mackay, beautifully done.
Oh, great mark. 8 or 9 marks. Wonderful play.
Oh, what a splendid mark from a young junior.
Well, when it's needed too.
6'3" of David Mackay and 13 stone 2. All athlete as he boots it out wide. Jenkins another one in front. Across comes Crane with courage, and down he goes. Picked up nicely there and driven out by Price. By Richardson. Richardson's long one down, and Hurd's underneath it once again. Behind the pack, there's a free kick to Collingwood. Pushed out, and I think it's Twiggy Dunn going away to take the free kick.
Time must be on the wing. There's 3 minutes of time ongoing. Can Collingwood pull this game out?
29 minutes gone, 29 minutes of play, and Carlton from no hopers, 44 points down at half-time, lead by 11 points in one of the truly great and sensational grand finals. Twiggy Dunn has the ball. Can he prune it by 6 points with this kick? The ball's sailing on its way, seemed well timed. The goal umpire moves left, it's a goal.
Goal number 3 to Twiggy Dunn. And the Magpies hit back now.
One flag.
No, one flag. Oh, my word. He gave the indication that it was a goal, but it was only a behind. And that's bad luck for Collingwood. 14-17 now. They're 10 points down as Hall puts the ball into play. And it's a good penetrating kick too. Big Jenkins is there trying to mark the ball. Knocks it clear, but it's grabbed by Crane. And away go the Blues again. Jackson and Adams are having a personal battle there. And here's a go with Jackson tackling Adamson. I think he was pushed in the back, and he'll get the free kick. Yes, the free kick to Lee Adamson. 111 points. Carlton to Collingwood, 101.
Collingwood denied a grand final in 1964 and 66 by 1 point. Looked like going under again as this mark is timely taken by Gallagher. There's a siren, and it's the Blues premiership.
Oh, what do you know? And look at them, mobbing Barassi. And my word, what a proud man Barassi must be. A magnificent coaching effort. A tremendous performance by Barassi to bring the Blues up the way he did this year, play 3 hard games and come out and win the match. There's Barassi being mobbed by well-wishers, and there's the board with Carlton eventually prevailing. Carlton beating Collingwood 17-9, 111 points to Collingwood 14-7, 101. 10 points in favour of